Hello everyone, welcome along. It's Thursday evening. We are, of course, back at Banbridge. We're going to do a bit of a British Steel Challenge tonight, so I'm sure we've all enjoyed the last couple of evenings. It's been good fun. And to be fair, we just have to keep building. We have to keep building. FM Laura TS, appreciate the follow. That's very kind indeed. Hope everyone is well. As you know, yesterday was a bit of a mixed bag, to be honest, in terms of results on the pitch. Crab dribbles in. Music is super loud, apparently, according to Mrs. J. Right. Let's just turn that down a smidge. Let me know if that's any better. Obviously, we've had a couple of issues because we had to update OBS. So that means that things are slightly out of sync, unfortunately. So let me know if the music comes back down into a more manageable level. Hope as well. Crab Dribble, by the way, welcome in, my man. If you're not following Crab Dribble, please make sure you do so. He is a wonderful streamer and an awesome human being. I love him, and I think you will as well. So make sure you drop a follow on his channel. Yeah, as I say, results a bit of a mixed bag last night, but we had one of the players in the chat. That's the most important thing, the most interesting thing. Let's just show you exactly what happened. We're about to go back into it. So come on, let's see some bit more of Banbridge for tonight, shall we? Tony J, there we go. Llama's in the house, chanting away, giving it the big one. Appreciate you, Llama. Hope life is treating you good. Is that music a little bit there? Maybe a tiny bit better. Turn it down a smidge ever some more. So this is where we were in terms of performances last night. Bear in mind, we are still expected to be relegated, right? We are expected to battle against relegation, and this is where we currently sit. We lost 2 games out of 6, to be honest, so that wasn't ideal. But this guy, Connor Downey was in the stream. Now, he's the only player in the club who's getting paid, bar one player we actually signed. Okay, so he is legit. He was in tonight, last night. Sorry, he's the player and the physio. Look at that, he's also the physio as well. So we were in there. I was talking to him. I was like, right, what's the crack here? Like, how are you getting on with it? And he's like, well, yeah, I am the physio and I'm the player. So I was like, that's amazing. So obviously we chatted away, and he's right. He's absolutely right, and he's a lovely bloke indeed. So we sort of like had a bit of a chat with him, and yeah, it was just really cool to sort of get to chat away with him and sort of see what he's up to. So he might come back in again, he says, tonight, but they're training tonight, so we'll see how he gets on. I'm just going to quickly change them because I've downloaded a new skin and there's something that hasn't quite gone the way I thought it was going to be. So let me just quickly change some of these panels around. But hope everyone is good, or as I say. So this has frustrated me already. I changed something. I thought, you know what, that'll be nice. I'll just get something nice in here. But no, apparently not. So let's put that there. So that's DNA. I had something up here that was different. Wasn't player pathway. Let me think about this. There'll be something in there that's going to go in there. It might change as to where they sit in the it was career stats. That's one at the top there, because obviously you can't see it at the bottom. Then I wanted that one to be the comparison goes in there. This one changed. This is the Koju skin, by the way, Kajuru skin. So just trying it out, seeing how it looks. If it works, then we'll stick with it. If not, we'll get rid of it. We'll start something else and try a different one. But we are just trying to see if there's any interesting skins that are around at the minute that we can use and utilize. So this one, for example, let's get the attribute analysis in there. Eligibility is in there as well. And in this one, that became the pros and cons. And that was contracts and transfers down at the bottom. You don't need to see transfers behind me there, but we can have it, right? So that's sort of what we had going forward. This would be form, however, rather than training. So let's change those around. No, apparently can't change that. Apparently can't change that. So that's going to be training there. Progress, maybe, I suppose. Plans, possibly could be plans. We'll keep dynamics on there for now. So right, so that's sort of what we think we might have in terms of setup for the Skin Earth phase in from America. Welcome. Very nice to see you. First time in, of course. Pleasure. Bado, big welcome as well for yourself. Joe, the Celtic fan, appreciate the bits. Very kind indeed. Wald. Lovely meeting you the other day, mate. Genuinely, an absolute pleasure. Hope you're well. Thank you for coming to FMT Live. Rade is in the chat as well. Also, Fraser, please tell me you asked him to run off question. We did. We asked the run on, run off question, and he did say he had to run off and get the bag and come back on. So it genuinely happened as we thought. I was like, that's brilliant. Love that. So he was in the stream, as I say, and he's super nice. He's super nice as well. He sent me like a few pictures and stuff of during the season. He says he plays at number 10 right now. The game obviously suggests that he plays out wide. FM Lara, appreciate the sub. Thank you very much indeed. That's very kind. Appreciate the support. It's very, very kind of you. Thank you for that. Welcome as well. First time in, and then a big sub as well. Top work. We've got him here as a defensive winger. He claims he plays in the number 10 role, right? Which, fair enough, we haven't got him in there for the minute. Apparently he can play up top as well. So he has scored 3 goals for us this season in 12 games. So for us, he is still definitely one of our top players. 32 years old, but he is desperate to keep playing. Look at that, club legend. He's been there for years. He's obviously got the testimonial which we played at the start of the season and lost, so that was a bit embarrassing, but never mind. But AJ 15, welcome in, nice to see you as well. Bado, definitely Banbridge, not Bamba Bridge, which is where you thought I was originally. You know what, it's not, you're not the only one to have got that one mixed up. Bado, Banbury was one that I had last night as well. I was like, we're going to Banbury? No, we're not, are we? We're going to Banbridge. What league are Banbridge in? Banbridge are in, Crab, the Lough41 Premier Intermediate League, which is the 3rd division of Northern Irish football. So you're currently playing in the 2nd division in Holland. We're playing in the 3rd division of Northern Ireland because our save is a little bit hardcore, to be honest. It is the British Steel Challenge, for those of you who don't know. So our plan is to attempt to win 32 trophies in England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. That is going to be something. If you can see here, the league is ranked 177th out of all the leagues. The only one that's lower is the league we have to go in as well, which is the Cymru North and South, 2nd division of Wales. It's going to be grim, innit? It's going to be grim, but we'll try our best. We will try our best. This, of course, is also a slightly new layout as well. We've got that from FM Stag. His mega pack was dropped yesterday, so we've obviously got all of our metrics to play with in terms of recruitment. And obviously we've also set our data hub up as well, which shows that the ball goes out to the left winger. Edgar there. Edgar's, of course, our fullback. I might consider playing Edgar inside. Now, what we have done, right, is we've set up initially, obviously in a 4-4-2. That's where we are, right? You know, Llama's decided after 3 days I'm about to hit continue. I think you're probably about right now, Llama. 3 days in is probably about right. But I also enjoyed your new video as well recently. So do check out Llama's video on the manager's seat. Is pressing dead? It's a good question. It's a very good question, and one I'm not going to answer just yet. I'm going to let Llama answer it for you. But I will drop a link, of course, to the channel in there, because that's what we do around here. If there's something I like, it's something I think you guys will like as well. So let's get that the manager's seat, isn't it? There we go. For some reason, it's not letting me. There we go. That's better. Right. In the chat goes Banbridge. FM Lara says Banbridge is the nearest club to me officially in FM, and one of the players is a teacher at the high school I went to. This is excellent. This is excellent, Lara. This is excellent. Who are you managing in your save, by the way? Because if it's not Banbridge, then you need to obviously become a Banbridge fan as well. I think that's what we're going to try and do, to be honest. So this is what we've got. Darlow Man's in as well. He's got Super Armstrong. He's very, very happy about that. How is the Darlow save going? Presumably it's going very well indeed. Oh, hang on. A little text here. Something's clearly going to be going wrong, I'm guessing. I was going to say something's clearly going to go wrong. It's not. It's Mrs. J texting me. Bear for 2 seconds. I had to reply back there. Right, so here's where we are. 4-4-2 at the minute. Okay. I think we have to have a couple of backup tactics here as well, because results would suggest we're not quite well. We're lacking a bit of luck, really, to be honest. Bit of luck is sort of causing us a couple of issues. I mean, these games here, 1-0, 2-1, 1-1, they weren't matches that we were out of per se. So I think, and we had Downey playing a little bit higher in that last match to make it a slightly more asymmetric. So what I'm thinking was, and I've genuinely spent most of the day thinking about this, I thought, let's have a look at what we had with Sunderland then, right? So with Sunderland, we had throwing shit, which was basically, it became a 4-2-3-1, but it became a 4-2-4 if we needed to do that. So let's potentially have that as an option, right? Okay, so that allows us to be a little bit more positive, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more attack-minded. Croskery isn't really ideal at playing as an advanced winger, so we maybe have to look to bring in someone else, possibly someone like Ryan Gawley maybe. Maybe time to give him a little run out. Dribbling of 8, crossing of 6. Try him, see how he gets on. If he's good, he's good. If he's not, he's not. So that's maybe an option. Plus, I also think that we need to bring in the lock-in as well. So in the event that we do need to really grind results down and sort of, if we maybe go ahead, for example, then we want to be getting this low block 4-4-2 back as well. But it's more of a mid block, actually, to be honest. Can the fullbacks cross? No. No, they can't, is the problem. So Adam Campbell is having a great time. Gets forward brilliantly, okay? But as you can see, crossing of 1. So he's definitely a fullback. He's not a wing back. But he's playing really well. In terms of form, like he's got an average rating of 7.04. Okay? That's in all competitions. This boy is having a good season for us. Now, conversely, on the left-hand side, we have an issue. Okay? We have an issue that Graham Edgar, even Steve CPFC, by the way, welcome in. Nice to have you in. Pleasure here. Graham Edgar's having the same issue, right? Dribbling of 1, crossing of 1, jumping reach of 8, heading of 2, marking of 6, tackling of 6. Okay? He can play left back. He can also play defensive mid. So this is making me think of something else I'm thinking now, right? Evening, Steve. Pleasure to have you in. How's my day been? My day's been all right, thanks, Dollar Man. It's been not too bad. I've been spending some time deliberating over this, to be honest. So we'll see what happens. Steve, I've heard you're a comedian. You best be funny. Well, humour is subjective, Steve. Humour is subjective. So it's up to you whether you find it funny or not. But it's not. This is not a stand-up show. I'll give you that right now. So if it's funny, because of the moments that we create, rather than we've definitely been hilarious. So this is a thing. But you're right though. You're right. Those sorts of things do follow me around. So people do come in thinking, this is going to be brilliant. It's going to be hilarious. And I'm like, it's not really. It's not your thing. It's not your thing. What's my favourite tactic and style? My favourite tactic and style. No, right. We joke that we say a lot that I'm a 4-4-2 merchant, right? I am a little bit, but I quite like a 5-3-2, if I'm honest. I quite like a 5-3-2. I'm very pragmatic. I like a defensive structure. I had a great system when we played in Turkey a couple of years ago. I had a 3-5-2 and it was excellent. But it was more attack heavy than defense heavy, but it was just pacey. Whereas for me personally, I do like a little bit of defensive solidity, particularly in FM, and the fact that we can now do a bit more defensive football in this game, then that's kind of what I want to work on, you know. So again, I mean, Hamilton's here for left back. He's not really 2 stars, but crossing and dribbling again's not a thing. I guess we could maybe play Gavin Conn there, but again, they're not getting the ball forward either. They're not getting any crosses in. So we have an issue going forward with our fullbacks. Okay, we also have an issue really with our centre backs, because Dylan Snodden is the best centre back we've got. He's got jumping reach of 5 and he's got heading of 12. Right, so he'll head the ball, but he's not going to jump for it. Right, his tackling is 6. His marking and positioning, his positioning is 13, his marking is 12. So in a sense, he should be okay. Scouts Jimmy, welcome in, appreciate the follow. So he should be okay. His work rate's only 5. His leadership's 1. His off the ball is 3. And his strength is 5. So he's going to get knocked around a bit. Kevin Anderson apparently is a bit of a bruiser in real life. Strength 6. So again, maybe we need to do a little bit more. Evening, Ropper, how are you, my man? Welcome in. Pleasure to have you as always. Marking of 5, tackling of 10, vision of 4, positioning of 9. Defensively, we're weak. We're weak. Haven't seen leadership that bad since Liz Truss was in charge. Yeah, exactly. Awful. Ando's the PE teacher. Of course he is. Excellent. I love it. I mean, he's been there forever. He's a stalwart of the team. I feel really bad because he's just causing us problems in defence. And I know it's because he's old, but I'd rather not. He taught 2 of the other players. Did he teach the McGavett? I'm guessing he taught the McGavets. Is that right? This is what I'm thinking. As Mrs. J left you. No, Mrs. J is still very much in the I'm a celebrity world. So she's enjoying that, to be honest. Kevin has a career list longer than my bar tab open on a Sunday. It's a decent one, isn't it? He's having a great time. Now, again, that's all we've got at centre back. So if we get an injury, Gavin Conn plays there. So we need more defenders. It is Banbridge Town in Northern Ireland, Scouse Jimmy. It absolutely is. Earth Phase might want to see the league average for strength to see how the team compares, since everyone's strength is low. That's not a bad shout, Earth Phase. That's not a bad shout at all. Because I think midfield-wise, we're okay. And also as well, we've got McGavett, who's a great striker. 8 goals in 12 games, finishing of 11, acceleration of 12. I mean, again, strength of 6, but he's 6'2", so I think we're going to be all right. Off the ball of 11 as well, so he knows where the net is. He knows where the goal is. Connor Downey knows where the goal is as well. He knows how to create stuff. So he's got finishing of 10, he's got crossing of 9. And then Krosky, who we brought in, has got crossing of 9 and dribbling of 7, acceleration of 13. So he's sort of, it is very Indonesia, but taller. You're right. Do teams ever stop stealing your players, asks Fraser. Nope, I think that's just a thing. In the suburbs, the off licence is your best friend. Where have we started? Flaming Graham asks. We've started in the 3rd division of Northern Irish football, Flaming Graham. We are at Banbridge United. We are 8 games into the season, I think? 8 games in. We've won 2, we've lost 5, but realistically, if you'd have said we've lost 4 and drawn 2, I'd have said that's probably fair. We're at one point, look at this, at one point we were second. Genuinely, we were second. After 1, 2, 3, 4 games, we were second. After 8 games, we're now 9th. So it's pretty tight. Just up the road from you. Excellent. We're getting quite a few people coming in where things are close, which is good. I like this. This, of course, means that we're going to get a bit of a fan club going up the road as well, which is good. So Cowan's playing all right in midfield. Okay, good first touch, really good vision. Passing's not good, tackling's not great. So what I'm thinking is maybe switching Edgar there, right? Putting Edgar as a defensive midfielder, okay, or a ball-winning midfielder on defend. Right, Cowan comes out. Con goes at left back, okay? How does the British Steel work? Asks the dirtiest player. So basically, as Total Football has just said above there, we have 32 trophies to win. Okay, we have to win every single trophy in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Now, in this division, okay, there is promotion via champions and promotion via playoffs. Getting promotion via the playoffs counts as a trophy in the rules of the challenge, okay? There are variations of the challenge, okay? There are variations that include Southern Ireland. There are variations that include only signing British players as well and doing it as a Brexit challenge, which is fucking, I do not recommend that at all. The challenge is hard enough without having to put further stipulations onto it, okay? So if we finish second and get promoted, we can tick off the Lough Premier Intermediate League. We tick it off and that's it, done, okay? We then have all the other cups. So if I just quickly change my screen, you'll not see my face, but you'll be able to see what we actually have to do in the challenge. Okay, so bear with me 2 seconds, right? There we go. That is what we've got, right? That is all of the trophies we have to win in this challenge. Okay, so as you can see, in Northern Ireland, we've still got loads. There's 4 or 5 cup competitions, I believe. Some of them are regional as well. Okay, so we've got that. Plus, of course, we've then got 3 divisions in Northern Ireland to win. Then we've got the same in Scotland. Then we've got the same in Wales. And then, of course, we've got all of England as well. If we win anything in Europe, as unlikely as it sounds, they are bonus trophies. So, in a sense, we'd be quicker off just winning the Champions League and saying, we've won the Champions League, can we just say we've won the league, win the whole thing now, please? It's technically 4 Build a Nation saves, really. You didn't need to say that, did you, Fraser? That's the worst bit. Like, you say it out loud and you go like, oh, it's fine, it's 32 trophies. And then you go, oh, God, this is horrible. Laura, try winning the World Cup and Euros with each country. Again, we can add more stuff. What I'm thinking, as a conservative estimate, right? This is going to take us, if we have a time cap of 50 seasons, okay? First of all, that's a lot of streaming. 50 seasons, okay? Also, that means that we've got 18 seasons where we don't win a trophy. That sort of sounds realistic in total, to not win, to have 18 seasons out of 50 where you don't win a title. That gives you a bit of leeway. Now, the other thing that, of course, we've got to consider is if, for example, right, we go through with Banbridge. I'm not breaking down into how many trophies you've got exactly. We have to sort of really win one every year, essentially. Imagine getting the pain of the chant of Papa John's trophy, getting promoted, me have to go back to League One. Exactly, false 19. This is where you understand it, right? There's also, so there's that thing. You get to the Papa John's final, you lose it, but you get promoted. Fuck, right? What do I do then? What we talked about during the stream the other night was wait until you get really, really good and then go back into those divisions. So you can do that theoretically once your reputation is a bit easier, which I guess Zara's just literally asked the same question there. So we then come back down at once when we're a little bit better. So we can go and win the Premier League title, for example, and then attack Wales. Do you know what I mean? Like, then attack Wales and go into the second division of Wales and try and get through. So that would be a way of doing it. Llama's asked a very interesting question. Have I ever won 32 trophies before in all of my careers on FM? No, probably not still, Llama. Probably not. It's going to be hard work, isn't it? It's going to be hard work. Imagine winning the treble. That's 3 done. That's the spirit, Apocalypse. That's the spirit. That is the spirit. Speaking of spirits, Gavin Brash is in. Welcome, Gavin. How are you, man? Welcome. Good to see you. My pool buddy. Had a great time with him in FMT live as well. And of course, we had a lovely time with Llama. Now, what we can do, right, is say we get promoted with Banbridge, okay? Get into the next division up, which is the Lough41 Championship. Say, for example, we looked at that and thought, I don't think we're going to get into the playoffs and get promoted. What we could do is we could leave and get a job in a team who look like they're going to do that. So we sort of have to be a little bit strategic with some of our movements as well. So we might end up getting attached to clubs and having to leave, which is going to be the hard bit, to be honest. Ali Mayer, we're just sort of going through it at this point now. We're trying to explain where we are. We're 8 games in, into the season, and into the save. So we're very, very early on. We're expected to be relegated at this point this season. So we're already better off. We're 2 points better off than we're supposed to be right now. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be really hard. We have got this 4-4-2 system going on now. I am looking at some other options and thinking things like a 4-2-4 and maybe the lock-in. I also like this, though. Now, have a look at this system, okay? This is something I've played offline. Now, it either works or it doesn't, and I don't know if it's the sort of system that we can get away with, given the fact that our wing-backs are so bad, right? So the idea here is we've got this double pivot, and I've used it with Villa. It's brilliant at like sort of soaking up pressure and hitting on the break, but it needs wing-backs, so we can't use that at the minute. But it might be something we might want to try and use a little bit further down the line and see if we can do it. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens, I suppose. But yeah, I think maybe use Edgar as a ball-winning midfielder or as a DM, probably slightly easier. Just get him as a DM there. We can always pull Cassidy back if needs be. We can even go to a. Have I got a 4-3? I'm sure I've got like a 4-3-3, haven't I? 4-3-1, I should say. Sorry. What have we got? Is it that one? It's not that. I've got one system which I've sort of started playing around with. It's not that one, is it? No. I don't know what it is. It's quite similar. I think what it's going to be, let me just put it back in. Essentially, I can pull a DM into here and then I pull a midfielder back. So, you know, we have it as a sort of 4-4-1 or 4-3-1, I suppose, really. 4-4-2 essentially, or 4-4, yeah. God, it takes me a long time to work that out, doesn't it? But yeah, so that's the plan. Okay, so we'll switch them around then. So cross screws there. Downey is of course on the wing here. Going forward, we're going to go for the classic 4-4-2 crab, I reckon. Low line, low block, but maybe if we sort of like try and keep players going on the outside, because while our heading's not particularly brilliant, we also don't want them coming inside either. Or do we? Maybe move them inside, actually. See if we can do that. Raspberry hooch, that's something I've got to see nearby. Yeah, so we've got a couple of variations on the hooch tactic as well. So let's have a look. So we have a one called Powered by Hooch, which was my old 4-4-2 with a wing back. So that's not going to work in this situation. There's also then that actually won the title with Norwich, by the way, 102 points. So that was good. There's the raspberry version. There's the orange version. So that's again. So there's your 4-4-2, your 4-2-4. Sorry, yeah. So again, that makes sense. And then then of course we've got the raspberry hooch, which is quite similar. I think that's the one that I was trying to tweak around to get something going on. So we'll see. You definitely weren't double parked. Oh, 100% was. 100% was. Murph shot me 2 cans straight out. So I was like, yep, I can go for that. That's good. Let's do it. Raspberry hooch, very basic. We're appreciated. Sometimes basic's good, though, isn't it? Sometimes basic's good. So this is what we got then. Right, let's try and get this Route 1 style going, because we're not going to play possession football as well, despite what we'd love to do in our heads. We probably can't play possession football. We'll work the ball in the box as well, because crossing wise isn't particularly brilliant. We'll regroup. We're going to distribute the ball out to the flanks, I think, actually. See if we get some flank play going on. Yeah, we'll try that. I've got the Villa game on the background. Nope, not tonight. Apocalypse. What's the score? Is it United they're playing? It's Man U they're playing tonight, isn't it? I think. We're consider using a steel club to get some cups and trophies. Oh, so like a Sheffield-based club, possibly Hazy. Is that what you're thinking? I know you've said there it's a hell of a challenge. I mean, if we can do some stuff with Sheffield clubs, then yeah, I'd be absolutely happy with that. That'd be great. I don't know how many people from London were in Nottingham, but those that were, did they offer gin and tonics? Gin and tonics were available. Gin and tonics were absolutely available. I think we're going straight through the ale selection, to be honest, and then into the bars that sold hooch. So, what's the best whisper, gold or normal? Is Mrs. J in the chat to you there, Rogie, about, because Mrs. J has texted me asking if she can eat my whisper, and I'd already eaten it. Unless that's something else. Whisper normal, whisper golds. I mean, look, they're good though, right? They're good. Rich is saying whisper gold. This is why Rich and I had a podcast together, because I agree. Whisper golds are decent. Whisper mint, says Gavin Brash. Of course, he says whisper mint. I thought that would be the situation. I'll tell you what, let's change it. Let's try and do a bit of chance conversion, shall we? Because I think we do struggle a little bit with that. Maybe score tactics, attacking and match practice. Actually, let's do set plays, attacking corners, match practice, and then set plays again, defending corners. There we go. What's the chat's consensus on Parma Violets? Ooh, we're going to get into candy chat already, aren't we? I'll be honest, Cardinal Chunder, I like a Parma Violet. You know what I mean? Like, I think some people will scoff at a Parma Violet, but no, I'm all right with a Parma Violet. I like them. They're an underrated delicacy. Dean Gripton, welcome in, Dean. Welcome in. How am I supposed to choose when Tony and Rich are streaming at the same time? And the cult of going to help Rich out with his numbers. Hope all's well, mate. Absolutely, you go and do what you need to do, man. It's always a pleasure to have you in. But yes, it is tricky. I saw Rich had gone live as well, so do feel bad. Do feel free to bounce between the two of us if you like. You're more than welcome to do so. Of course, we will shout Rich out actually, because he's a good lad. So it'd be nice if he sort of like, he's busy streaming, and then he just starts getting some follows, and he's like, whoa, where's the follows coming from? It's coming from us, isn't it? Prov91, appreciate the follow from you as well. That's very kind. Thank you for that. But probably worth just a quick little chat with our team, because the atmosphere is starting to get a bit. There we go. Everyone's a bit happier there. That's nice. That's nice. Dover Scotty's in as well with a follow, as is Hazy. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Prov just getting stuck into a career with Queen of the South. That's good. We like that. We like that indeed. Queen of the South is a good one. Rich is 2 followers away from 400 on Twitch. Not saying people should, but they definitely should. I agree. If 2 people could go and give Rich Owens a follow, that would be much appreciated. And then more people go and give him a follow after that as well. I think, yeah, if we can get that done, that would be brilliant. That'd be much appreciated. Which I'm sure, of course, we can do. Because we're nice around here like that. And also, Rich as well has a wonderful podcast called Foot Manager Therapy, which is obviously where we were on Monday night. Also worth noting as well, this is the Euro Electrics Mid-Ulster Cup. So just putting that on your radar there for a named tournament. After 65 minutes of the season, says Fraser Lloyd, we're top of the league. Does that count as a trophy in this challenge? I think it does, mate, because we were second after 4 games in this league. So if anyone asks, we definitely came second in the Northern Irish 3rd tier. So, I mean, they're not going to ask. They're just going to presume that that's how it finished. But if they do ask and they're trying to say that, you know, we didn't, like, don't take what they're saying for granted. Right? The reality is, we probably did. We were probably fine. You know, I think we did it. I think we need to think about that. Hit him with a follow for you. Appreciate that, Hazy. Very kind indeed. It's 50-50 on the whispers. You know what? I can't vote for which one I prefer because I like them both. And here's my thinking as well. Like I like the solid whisper. I like the fact that it's a solid whisper. It feels like a good bite, you know. But also, I like the fact that it's proper caramel in there as well. None of this just like caramel flavoured stuff. I like the fact that when you bite into it, I get caramel, you know. I'm for that. I'm back. Why we're discussing whispers? Well, this is the thing, Mrs. J. Apparently Rich is discussing on his stream, so Rogie started asking the questions over here. So this is what we're doing. Right, I got a bit of freezing there as well, I think, on the camera, so apologies for that. Let me have a quick little look. There's something that was playing up a little bit last night, and we've also made the mistake as well, the same mistake. What we've done is we have changed to OBS 28 as well. Oh god. Oh god, that might not be the right way to do things, but we've done it. We've tried to see if it's going to work. Let me know. It doesn't seem to work. I've changed one thing there, and that seems to have gone worst. So is that going to work? Let's turn P7 on an encoder. If anyone knows anything about encoders and stuff, then please let me know, because I've had a little message that says that the graphics is working far too hard, and it shouldn't. It's a 3070, so it should be fine. But yeah, for some reason it's now crunching away. So I'm like, right, where's my encoder? Is that a thing I need to change? If anyone knows OBS, then feel free to let me know. Because otherwise I'm just going to press buttons on that. There's a good chance that means the stream's going to die. So what leagues are we running? So we're running, it's nothing to do with the leagues, it's an OBS issue. So what we've got here is we're running all of the English leagues, French leagues as well we've got in. We've got Germany, we've got Republic of Ireland, we've got Italy, Northern Ireland of course, Scotland, Spain and Wales. So quite a lot in there as well. But again, it gives us some players to come through the ranks as we do. So hopefully that's going to give us some players to look at. Not for many years, obviously, but the game will be interesting by the time we get to that point. And be like, oh, look, all these players that have been, you know, wonder kids and stuff. Be like, oh wow, the world of football looked like it was having a great time. So Cameron Purdy is a player that we like now. Don't know if we're going to be able to get him in because his contract is, well, I think, well, this thing, I say I'm going to be able to, nobody has a contract in Ireland because obviously we don't have those sorts of things, but we might struggle signing him because I've got a feeling he's going to want more money than we can possibly afford, because he's going to be as good as Dylan. If you manage 50 seasons, you'll be 90 and odd in the game. I hadn't thought of that. That'd be cool, all right? That'd be cool. He's not interested. He's just joined the new club. That's not good. Joe Reed, are you any decent? Well, you're very decent, actually. 4 for jumping, 10 for heading, 12 for marking, 8 for tackling, 12 for positioning. I'm guessing you've not long joined either. Excellent, of course. Great. Brett Widowson, we played against you. You were fine. Jumping reach of 14. Can't head the ball when you get up there, though. 17 for determination. 6'4". Tackling of 6. Only just joined Limavardi, so we're not going to get him either. And then Shannon Crooks, a right back who can also play centre back. 8 for heading. 6 for jumping. 12 for tackling. 7 for marking. It's not really, I'm not feeling it. What a number one. Absolute baller. What, the first guy? The first guy was a baller? Him there? He's decent, but it's just the fact that we can't get them. So Michael McCavitt says he should be starting more games. That's fine. There is a slight issue with this skin I've spotted where it just gives you a default as a 0 for players. Right, let's give him some more there. The guy with the number 0 pressed 1 accidentally. Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's something about this skin where it seems as though it just loads you up a default 0, which is a bit of a strange one, but never mind. we'll work it out as we get by. I'm sure it's just a little few bits of things that just need ironing out. So fingers crossed. We are playing Glentoran 2. So Whisper Normals apparently have just won. Just had to Shazam this song. What a tune. Crab, we play all of our stuff via Epidemic. So this is called Wordsmith by DJ Eli. What I'll do is I'll download it and I'll ping it over to you. So there you go. Yeah, DM me your something and I'll fire it across to you. It's decent, isn't it? Like, so we have a sort of like disco vibe or like a sort of house vibe over here. Just I like a bit of sort of stuff in the background, you know. Like you had a decent vibe on your stream as well the other day. Like I liked it. I was in fully on board with it. Had a great time. As I say, if you're not following Crab, by the way, make sure you do follow Crab because he's excellent. He's absolutely excellent. I love watching his stuff. Be suggesting you'll adopt a defensive approach. I mean, look, we're going to shut up shop and hope for the best, right? That's all we can do. Because this is the thing. Do we just lock it down now? Oh, hang on, what's this? A poker poll? Who's better, Tony or Wilson? Oh, right. Oh. Is this about things that I'm not really going to care about, Rogie? Is this what it is? Is this about this murder cup that's going on? Because if it is, then you need to put Tammy in there and ask why Tammy's not going. Even though as a Scotland fan, you know, not taking Tammy Abraham is a brilliant idea. Well done, England. Definitely do that. People wanted a poll. I obliged. No, I'm not here to question. But yeah, I just think that good luck with that one. Wilson better, but just not available. So do a defensive, and let's go DLP here actually. So we're going to play this as a slightly more defensive formation, okay? Because we're up against, even though it's Glentoran's second side, I still think they're going to be better than what we are. I'd presume that they're going to be better. Do we give Hamilton a run out of left back? Why not? Give him a run. See what he can do. We've already lost O'Shea Nicks. He's decided to leave, sadly. So, not brilliant. Not brilliant, but Wilson be useful cleaning boots and warming the bench. Well, I mean, to be fair, Callum Wilson will be great and able to advise all the rest of the players how to deal with sports washing. So, could be handy, right? He could be like, look, what you do, lads, right, is you just pretend it's all fine. You know? Take a photo at the end of the match. Everyone's lovely. Has anyone noticed the centre-backs get really tired really fast? I think it depends upon your style of play, Darius player. Like, what I've noticed, and again, we play sort of proper shithouse football. Evening, Salty B. How are you, my man? Nice to see you in here as well. Hope life's treating you good. How was your streaming on today, by the way? Did you? Are you still? You're not Porto anymore, are you? Have you moved off now? I believe. But the British steel isn't quite melting yet. We've not even reached melting point yet. We've got a lighter on it, just trying to sort of like get it moving. But at the minute, it's all right. We're just about to play some cup football against Glentoran's second team. So we're probably expected to lose this one, I'd imagine. Okay. We lost most of our other games, to be honest. So we might as well lose this one as well. So things are going well. Just finished Porto. We're starting our long-term save on Sunday. Nice. Where's your long-term save? Have you told me this before? Or sure you might have done. Now, also let me know if I have to turn these game sounds down, because I noticed that they were on 5 earlier on. I'm guessing they should be a little bit lower. We're in the white shirts, by the way, the blue sleeves. Glentoran in the green as the home side. Hanwell Town Youth Academy only. Love it. Love it. Going to be a slog. Mate, talk about slogs. We're here for slogs. Prov is a Kilmarnock fan. Last year we sold Charlie MacArthur at Newcastle. All of a sudden he's a wonder kid. It's one of those, is it? You can't hear the game sounds. Oof. Let me check if that's coming through. Because again, this could be a. That's why. Damn you, sneaky little OBS update. Do I have a second save going? Yeah, so I've kept the Sunderland save going. Yeah, you probably won't hear too many crowd noises because of the fact that there's no crowd as well. That's also part of the problem. Edgar's about to get sent off, isn't he? What a stupid player. He's gone. He's gone. Excellent. Yeah, so we've got the we kept the Sunderland save going just to sort of see how that was going to be offline, because when we saw what the players looked like that we brought through, we're like, you know what? Maybe we have a go with them. So that's what we decided to do. So I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to sort of have it as a sort of like a, I guess like maybe a YouTube save possibly, but we will. Yeah, we'll see. I'll do a couple of seasons of it, and then that'll be it. After that, we'll go back to. We'll just keep this going because obviously there's far too much happening in this game for us to even think about. You know, I'll start trying to edit some of this stuff to for YouTube. Hunter, what have you done? What have you done? It's been disallowed though. It's been disallowed. I think we got a little bit lucky there. Very lucky indeed. Very lucky. Ball's put over the top. Snodden plays it straight out to Cowan. Oof. Just made the best signing in history for Swansea University. You've signed David Cottrell. I mean, that is exceptional. Exceptional. I think we're struggling here, aren't we? 14 minutes in. I don't think the lock-in's quite working the way it's meant to work. So potential world record fee, record there for the amount of people offside. Maybe, yeah. So there's McCavitt, picks the ball up. Anderson launches it. That's okay, there's Oggy. That's a goal. Up over the top. McCavitt with the header. Not too bad. Right, let's just quickly think about changing some of these on-screen graphics as well. Downey gives it away. Great ball through. Stewart's offside. Okay, so the interesting thing here as well, we are going to try and say, look, you know, we need to obviously do some, you know, we do obviously need to win some games, but there is part of me going, this is only the first season, right? So it's not a massive issue if we don't win the league or anything, like, you know, I don't know. If we get knocked out of the cup, is it the worst thing? Maybe not. I'm just trying to get some stuff here. So I want to get the momentum. Where's the momentum on there? No. Apparently I can get it. XD match story on there instead. That's meant to go on the top though, isn't it? Pop that out. Change that to something else. Formations we've already got. There must be a different way of getting that on there, surely. I mean, I'm looking at a screenshot with it on there, so it definitely does. It definitely does change. Match stats bars. I don't want that. Advice. I'm guessing we'll just sort of keep there for now, but that's not really what we want either. Latest scores can go there. that should really be advice. These can be formations for both teams. So it can be ours. Shot map. I don't want a shot map, do I? Let's keep that there for now. But yeah, we'll change things up as we go around, because obviously we want to try and use this data as much as we can as well, you know. Thought for a second the music's finished there as well. There you go. We're back on. We're back on. So what we've got here, so Salty says it's going to be tough. 10 players in real life at Hanwell. I've added the other missing 10 in the editor. Lovely. Lovely. What tier are they in then, Salty? Are they in the data editor? Like, because always when you get the tier 10 editor is coming out shortly, isn't it? So Tony, what Salty failed to mention is he's set them all to 200 killer ability. Yeah, exactly. Oh, no, they're always good. Like, they're good for this level. You know, they're good for this level. Of course, the problem is that they're all on non-contract as well, so they just walk straight out and he gets no money for them. That's the biggest issue. Nice block, that'll do. Okay, this is better. This is better actually from us now. One of the things to edit is Mesut Özil to have 20 to work rate. I mean, that seems a bit out there, right? Dean asks, anyone know anything about computer performance? No, not really. I guess is my answer, Dean. I can't really be of too much assistance. Potentially, some other people in the chat might be able to help. Anyone else able to help? So let's have a look here for tactics. So we've got some in-game stats as well, which we can look at. Can we get that? No, not there. View of the tactics main. There we go. Not valid for there, is it not? Right, okay, that is the match one, yeah. Resize. I don't really know what we're supposed to do. Like, I think we just sort of keep it as it is and try and just sort of like hold out to 0-0, you know? Sorry, there's sort of 0-0 in the second division, I should say. Sorry, second half. Nice save, that'll do. Ball in. Okay. Hamilton looks better at left back. I've said this out loud. I've said it out loud. I shouldn't have said it out loud. McCavitt gets the ball up. Got no one else to go up front with it though, unfortunately. Up there on his own, he's gonna have a soulless time up there, I'm afraid. So that leaves your loading database. The bigger database you have and not too many leagues, doesn't play the games in mega detail. Yeah, you can change the detail on the leagues as well. It's 2-0. No, it's not. It's offside. Yeah, you can change the detail, but the thing is, well, when you change the detail, what happens there is that if you have it to like whatever the lowest is, like no detail at all, then you do realize that you don't actually get any of those transfers and stuff. So sometimes things don't actually happen that you maybe would want them to happen. So, you know, there's like no, like, clubs aren't going to come and buy your players. They were talking about this actually on the Football Manager show this week, and that's why I thought, you know what, now's a good time to mention it, because I didn't know this. I didn't know this fully. I presumed it, but I didn't know it fully. And yeah, there is a thing where apparently you can you sort of do it that way. you sort of go, you know what? Yeah, let's just sort of set it to like sort of the slowest detail you can. Yeah, and it just ruins everything. I don't want league scores there, do I? I need to get that. I need to get something else on there, but work out how I get the extra pain on. I think several playable leagues with England gives you 20-25 leagues. Yeah, I think we've got about 48,000 players, I think, in this database for all the leagues that we've got loaded in. Now, obviously, they're not going to all be playable. We're not going to need to play them all either, because obviously we only need to play the England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. But we have those players available because eventually they're going to be required, and McCavis just put it wide. Eventually, those players are going to be required, and those leagues are going to be required for transfers. You know, so just sort of keep it as it is. Most players run at 1.5 star, 1 2 star. Also, as well, like, the stars don't really matter on the performances because it's a guide, so you're not going to be 100% sure. There's no way of confirming that your exact machine is going to run it like that, because everyone's machine's different. Like, what else have you got running in the background? You know, like, just there's so many different things that sort of come into play. So yeah, it's not a one-size-fits-all, as I'm sure you probably expect with PCs, because they're awkward, right? Downey, good ball in. Heads it back. Campbell. Croskery. Thinks about it. Campbell gives it back. Loses it, though. Campbell, good ball out. Downey. Picks it up. Thinks about it. Nicely laid back, McCavitt. Ooh, thought it was a lovely ball. Nice ball through. Oof. Do the circle test. Took around 8 hours to sim 5 seasons as 5 managers. I've got 110,000 players loaded, says Salty. Yeah, well, we've not done that. We've not done that. I thought about loading all the leagues, and I was like, do we have to do all that? But I thought, yeah, get it done. I've not loaded players in from like Serbia and stuff, which should have done. But then again, if you're doing like sort of a tier 10, great ball through. McGavitt. Oh. I mean, we've got a high-end rig. I think we're on is it an i7 or an i9, something like that? Multi-cores, all that sort of stuff. 32 gig of RAM. And even then, I still wouldn't be running full setups. Can we maybe get something? We've had a chance there. I think the players are starting to believe, even though we've got 10 men. McCavitt up over the top to McCavitt again. Oh, good save. Good save. If you've got too many players in the game, no one will buy your players either. That's a good point. That is a good point, actually. That's a very good point. Because then all of a sudden, yeah, it becomes a buyer's market, doesn't it, rather than a seller's market. It's a really good point, actually. Oggy. Here's Hamilton. McGavitt. To McGavitt again. Doesn't get anywhere, though. Hamilton back inside to Snodden. McGavitt gives the ball away, which means it's going to be 2-0. Oof. Almost. Someone's just suggested power management. I mean, I'm out. Happy you built your system before the price hike. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I bought mine about 7 months ago, I think now, and it's reasonably priced, I presume, for what it is. But at the end of the day, it's technology, innit? It's the second you buy it, it's not worth it anymore. So, as well, looking at the size of these new graphics cards as well, they're ridiculous. They're like a fucking fridge. Like, where would you put them? Downey gets in, gets the tackle. Gives the ball away, though. I mean, Oggy looks up, gives the ball away. Bring Cowan on for that, then. The last few seconds. Now, I mean, look, again, I can't feel bad. It's a 1-0 defeat. They've tried. There were 10 men. They had 10 men for for a long time, you know. I think there's an element of, we've got to be relatively happy with that, right? Imagine if Edgar had actually stayed on the pitch throughout the whole match. We had a couple of moments where we were sort of like, right, you know, we can maybe get something going, but yeah, just having to play the solitary striker as well is difficult. So Harry Murphy's apparently interested in leaving. Now I don't know where he's going to go to. Queen's or Distillery. Centre back. Jumping reach 2 to 8. Not quite good enough. Surely it's going to cost us a scout, but fine. Yes, let's think about it. Shane Begg still hates me. Steve's a hardware engineer and system builder. Nothing about software engineering. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got none of that. To be honest, I don't know. Graham Egg is now ruled out of the 4th round of the Cup. 4th qualifying round. Yeah, he's going to be out for a while, isn't he? What's he got? At least a two-game ban, I suppose. Straight red. Morale abysmal. Should be abysmal. You've got yourself sent off, mate. Stupid. Suspended for the next match, and that's fine then. Prov, it was the opposite. Software engineer, know nothing about hardware and work in IT. See, so here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. As I say, I'm not able to find my system stuff, so yeah, it's not even going to tell me sort of like what I can tell you here. Yeah. As I say, I'm still trying to work out why the camera keeps stalling every now and again. So that's not cool, is it? We're encouraged to answer questions about the match. Excellent. That's kind of what I was expecting from the press conference, to be honest. Would you like to speak about the match, Tony? No. Anything but, please. So we're playing Warren Point Town. Playing Warren Point Town. Now, in terms of how we played in the last match, though, there was a little moment where we actually got ourselves on top. L Hunter, appreciate the follow. That's very kind. Thank you. See, they scored, and then we had a bit of chance, and then we held our own. Pass map was quite nice, actually. That's pretty well organised, you know? Given the fact we've only got 10 men, I mean, look how isolated Cassidy was on his own up there, and then we had to pull McCavitt back in. That just makes everything a bit easier. Anyone think I'll be able to do 15 to 20 years for what, Fish Ever Wednesday? Yeah, you can do that easily. I know there will be like sort of various bits that will sort of like start to crunch down as you get a bit further into the game, but you'll be fine. This guy keeps getting recommended, but it's a signing for the future, and I'm not entirely sure that we have enough time to be thinking about players for the future at this point. We need someone who's going to come in and be a first team defender. And realistically, we actually need to be looking at loans because we don't even have any money. I also attribute scouts to the right will turn up eventually. Yeah. See, I don't really do attribute scouting. I'd try and do the opposite. I'll scout the players, then we'll have a quick look at them here on their attributes. But then at the end of the season, when we're looking to bring players in, we like to go for the metrics. So we look for stat scouting. So it's not quite Moneyball, but we will be looking at players who sort of like, for example, defending's the easiest one to look at. So if we've got a defender who is good at blocks, gets loads of blocks involved, then we're like, right, cool, we want to have a look at you. If we've got a player there who is maybe quite high up for interceptions, again, we'll maybe think they're worth having a little look at. So, you know, key headers, that sort of thing. That's what we're going to be needing to be looking at for our players. Now, let's have a little look now, see if you can see anything like that right now. So, defenders, obviously, is the interesting ones. Here's defenders, so key headers there. Okay, so key headers, we've got Dermot McCaffrey, who is the head of youth development at Armagh. So, it's unlikely he's going to leave. 50 quid a week wages. Can't get him. Conor McCall is also on a contract, so can't get him. Shea Conway is on a contract, can't get him. Chris Mawhinney is not on a contract. He's 37, he's a striker. Hugh Carlin, midfielder. Okay, Mark Kelly, striker as well. 32 years old. He's at Mayola Park. Only just turned there. He's 4 goals as well. Francis McGuinness, centre midfielder. 6'5". Distillery hasn't been scouted yet. Let's have a little look. See what they're saying. Josh Corrie, right back. Do a lot of lower league European saves. Don't need a lot of leagues loaded. As I advance up the pyramid, I start adding leagues as I go. Yeah, that's also a way as well of saving on your machine, isn't it? Like, don't add them all at once. Add them as you go through it, and then you're sort of going, you know what? Yeah, I quite fancy going and have a little roll around in that league for a bit. See what they're saying. Stephen Aitchison has only just joined Donaldson, so can't imagine he's going to want to leave, but let's pop him on the shortlist just in case. Also as well, we're going to start looking for headers won percentage. Actually, that's the same players, really, isn't it? It's the same players. Interceptions. Shannon Crooks, right back. But again, look, see, crossing and dribbling, nothing. Not much better than Adam Campbell either. Right back's not really what we want to be looking at investing in at this point. Michael Kerr, again, another right back. All right backs. Graham Edgar's actually quite high. Graham Edgar's 4th in the league for interceptions. He's intercepted 57 times. It's pretty good. Dermot McCaffrey, there, he's back again there. Stuart Forrest can play midfield or fullback. Mark Edgar at left back. Josh Corrie again. Andrew Dryle. Andrew Driley. He's just signed. He's at Limavady as well, so he's never going to want to come to us, to be honest. Jordan Morrison, 50 quid a week. Not good. Shots blocked. Again, start to see the same names over again, which is good. Ben Mitchell there. Okay, he's been in the police service 2 years. Not particularly quick. Heading and jumping aren't great. Marking, tackling and positioning is pretty good. Decision making's good. He's only 5'11". He's a fringe player apparently, but he is high for blocks. What else do we know about him? What else do we know? 10 tackles. So we're not really massively into tackles, but let's scout him a bit more actually, because he might be quite interesting. He can be quite an interesting player. That's the thing that we want to get on our bit as well, don't we? maybe take that comparison there, and let's put our season stats in there. That's what I want to see. Right. When I play FM, I was upstairs. The internet thing is dodgy. It's downstairs. I've only crashed on for 3 years. Right. So we need to have a think then about this. This whole centre half situation. Right. That's 4 defeats on the bounce now. Okay. So it's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's not terrible. Fans on the board are still okay with that. That's fine. You know, fans on the board are still okay. But eventually they are going to sort of want to turn around and be like, is there any chance you can start winning some matches? And I'll be like, I am trying. See, even now the board are expecting us to lose these games. So Warren Point, though, are in the championship. So again, not really a match that we need to be concerning ourselves with. Expect the team to at least be competitive. But they are, again, are expecting a defeat. Hope the change of formation could help improve results. It's going to be... Look, we're going to hope for the best, right? We're going to hope for the best. Go for shoot on sight, see if that works. It's Graham Edgar's coming out, which is a shame because I think he might actually be quite handy in that defensive midfield role. Maybe Chris McMahon, actually. He's the captain. Let's see if he goes in. And McGovern sort of wants to play some games as well, doesn't he? So let's put him in there. See what Gavin Kong can come back in as well on the bench. And let's go with that. Let's try it. Let's see if we can play the match with 11 men. Just not responding or anything at all. They're just like, yeah, whatever, boss. We'll go out, see what happens. Evening Riverside, welcome in. Hope you're well. Nice to have you in, of course. Game run's fine. Started Sheffield Wednesday save. Good there. All right. So Dean's up and running now on his machine. 5 subs. Things we can have. What a world, eh? What a world. So we're now wearing our home kit, of course, black and red stripes. Visitors in blue and blue. We've got a slightly cautious approach. We've dribbled the ball out for a corner after 30 seconds. Oh dear. Yeah, there's a few moments there where you're just like, really, lads? Really? Come on. Think about this. I mean, I'm sure it'll all work out eventually, but yeah, not good. Not good. Let's move up to balanced a bit, actually. Oof. Good save. Still playing with that sort of defensive mind. A great header that is, by the way. Absolute flying diving header in the area from a centre back trying to clear it, which is brilliant. Anderson, Campbell, McCavitt. Oh, loses it. Blocked again. And over for a corner. We're sort of under pressure here. 12 minutes in. I think we maybe have to start pushing forward. Like, I think we invite too much pressure early doors. We're obviously not good enough at sort of dealing with that. So maybe we just sort of say, you know what? Fuck it, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Yeah, let's have a look at our players. Body language, see who's up for it and who's not. So let's go slightly more direct. Sorry, slightly standard passing, and let's move that line up a bit. Go for a mid block. We'll chuck them inside. Try and force them in rather than forcing them out. See if that works. Nope. Doesn't work at all. It doesn't work at all. First thing we did was allow them to score a goal. Brilliant. It's fine. Yeah, just not tight enough, are we? I mean, he's tight. He's tight. He's touch tight to him, but this guy here is not really sort of picking up. It's a good ball in. We don't press quick enough. This is the thing. We're playing against a championship side, so a good delivery in is going to mean a goal. There you go. Compared to our delivery there, we've obviously got to take our chance when that comes through. We haven't done so. Nice ball down the wing. Here's Downey. Puts his foot on it. Has a goal. Miles over. Miles over. Nice tackle from Oggy, but he's on a yellow card, so again, I'm worried about these players. Right, you know what? I think we might have to go 4-2-4. Just think like we might as well just go for it. Yeah. I might as well go for it. I know they say don't change formation when you're defending a corner, but I don't think we've got much choice really, have we? We're going to lose 1-0, we might as well lose 6-0. I know that's not always the attitude, but at least have a go. At least have a go. You know what? I'll bring Oggy off as well. If he's got a yellow card, I can't really risk him having another player suspended. Just tries to nod it on. Oof. Watched too much football in the 70s and 80s to the point where I know too much about football before I was being born. I think we're all a little bit like that, aren't we? Oh, good save, good save. Very good save. Anderson's going to bring it forward, is he? Nope. Croskery puts his foot in, wins it back, nice. Campbell Snodden up over the top, McCavitt's away. Has a go, you know. Oof. It's not a bad effort. That's not a bad effort. Match engine is class now. Chaos mode makes lower leagues much more realistic. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's absolutely brilliant. I genuinely love it. This is why I can't get upset with all this sort of how this game's playing. I'm like, this is exactly how it should play. You know? It should play like this. I just think we're 2-0 down now. What is chaos mode? Asks Brett the Hitman Shark. Basically, the way that the match engine is designed is the players are no longer 100% in control of the ball. So, like, if you have a dribbler who's like not got great dribbling, they will lose the ball. They maybe knock the ball a little bit too far in front of them, so you might be able to intercept it. The ball bounces off people a little bit. As Steve says there, losses and gains of possession, which is great. So that's what it's all about. Like, players are no longer glued to the ball. So, I think it's much more realistic, especially when we play with lower division teams. Seeing those players like really scrapping for the ball, it just makes it that little bit more exciting to watch. I'm gonna put another. No, I'm not. I thought I was gonna put another midfielder in there, but we might as well stick with it and keep trying to do this 4-4-2. Lots of dribbling, no end product. Yeah, like players jumping for the ball and missing it, which is good as well. All Zaha's dribbling and step overs, at least he doesn't dive in on something. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, there's no diving, which is good, but it does just mean that occasionally it can get a bit frustrating. What's the feature of the new AI match engine? So the AI are smart now. The AI change their formations and roles. More necessarily the roles than the formations. Because it's roles that obviously dictate how the game changes. And it plays very much like PvP now, I think. And that again adds to the chaos mode. So you've got to be able to sort of like watch when the match momentum swings. So when the match momentum swings, you've got to be able to like either capitalize on it, or like you're just done for. So like for example here, like we've just had a shot there, so we want to try and dial things up a little bit to try and sort of stay on the front foot for a second, try and force a second chance. You know, if we can get something here while we're sort of in the ascendancy, then it can help the match swing around, you know. Corner. Let's have a look. What are we going to do? Where's it going? McCavitt to swing it in. Heads away. McCavitt picks it up. Has a decent effort. Well, I say it's a decent effort. He just puts his foot through it. It's not quite enough, is it? We go attacking now. I mean, look, we've had 11 shots. We've had 11 shots. Maybe it's not quite the. Maybe we don't quite need to be on attacking. Maybe it's more about roles at this point. Bazzaro, how are you? Banbridge is as frustrating as you would imagine. As frustrating as you'd imagine. We are currently. Well, we're currently trying. We're trying. We're in a position now where we've got we're just about pushing back against a second division side here, championship side, but I'm not convinced it's going to be enough. Not convinced it's going to be enough. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. They fixed the XG. It's very predictable and linear. I don't know. I've not seen enough of the games yet to be able to work it out as to whether they've done that or not. Or you'd have to ask some of the stats guys who know it inside out. Move the lines up a little bit as well, see if that helps. Although we were playing pretty well with the lines staying pretty low. Are we playing Warrington? No, we're playing Warren Port. Mings and Maguire in the same match. This is funny. I mean, one of them's a decent defender. In fact, two of them are decent defenders, actually, to be honest. See there, so they've obviously switched things around there. You just spotted it in the visualizer. Downey! Excellent, so we've got one goal back. Right, so we know we can do something. Furthest north you've been is Milton Keynes. Oof. That's not north at all, is it? That's a great ball in by Cassidy. Downey gets his head on it. Come on then, boys, we've got seconds. If we can, I don't know if we can, but if we could salvage something here, this would be incredible. Even to actually have a goal against a championship side is pretty good. Because we haven't been, bar that little spell. This is a cup game, yeah, this is a cup game. Oh, indirect free kick. What's Cassidy done? Has he handballed it? Has he handballed it? Oh. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, comeback's off. Never mind. Never mind. I mean, we tried. We tried. I think that's a name bug. Yeah. Rennie Hendrickson could be the name bug, yeah. Yeah, well spoiled, Salty. Well spoiled. So, yeah, we're out of another cup. So, there's always the league. There's always the league, right? And this is the thing. We obviously have to focus on the fact that we've still got 32 trophies left to go for. We face second in the league now, Lisbon Distillery. It's like the Cristiano Ronaldo bug every time you score a goal. I don't know what that one is. I've never played as Ronaldo or even in a league where he's been in, to be honest. Garnacho really makes you stop what you're doing at the moment he gets the ball. He's a good player, that lad, isn't he? He looks half decent. Banbridge aren't signing players called Rennie Hendrickson just yet. Just yet, no. Just yet. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. Okay, so I guess the question's going to be, what can we do to stop the slide? Really. So Distillery are second, Tobermory are first. Then there's Bangor 7th, Queen's 5th, Limavady 11th, Dollingston's 12th. Like, I think it's going to be tricky getting to that point. If we can get past these two games here, then we might be able to address a few concerns. Because the other thing as well is what can we feasibly do to change things up? Like, do we change it drastically from 4-4-2? No, because would you say we're playing badly? Really? Like, I mean, against a championship level squad, level team, that second half was pretty balanced. You know, that was pretty good. Getting blocks in, we're not really clearing the ball very well. Downey's dribbling it. Last 5 games, where are we? We've conceded none of the 28 shots attempted from outside the area. Okay, so if we can keep the ball out of our area, then they don't score. It's when they get into our box that's when the problem starts. So maybe we have to step up a little bit more and get ourselves in. Snodden's won the ball back more than any other player. Welcome in, RC. Appreciate the raid. Very kind. Thank you for that, mate. How was the stream? Hope you had a good one. Just trying to address a slight little issue here with a lot of defeats. We are getting the ball back a lot, and then we get the ball from the left very well. 107 of our 527 entries into the final defensive third coming from that area. Okay. 4 of the 7 goals we've conceded have been from the penalty spot. So we're sat too far. We're sat too deep, aren't we, really? That's the first thing we know straight away. So we are sat too deep. So, right. Let's move forward then, okay? So, move our lower line up. We'll go standard line. And then we'll look to sort of stay where we are. So we can drop off more for a standard line. That's fine. It's not going to be too much of a concern at that point. Lewis Hunter's losing possessions. That's the goalkeeper, so he's just pinging the ball left, right and centre. So they're saying pass it short and take fewer risks. Okay, fine, well, let's do that then. We scored none of our 28 shots from outside the area. Yeah, let's get the shoot on sight off. Actually, let's take that off. Add where the ball in the box. 80 touches have resulted in 2 goals in the opposition area. Oh dear. Only one of our 68 attacks that's led to an attempt on goal has involved Darren McGrath. Well, he doesn't really play much now, to be honest. So, yeah. Do you have any drinking card recommendations? I take it things aren't going very well in your stream then, RC, I'm guessing. What's that? 19 times we've hit the bar. Posts. We are giving away possession a lot, but I think it's because of the fact that we try and we have been launching the ball. We've been going direct. So we're now sort of like we've changed it. So the keeper is now having to distribute slower. So So roll the ball out to the fullbacks actually, and then we can slow the pace down a little bit. It kind of goes a little bit against the idea of counter-attack, doesn't it? If we take that off, then they'll automatically know to do that. So roll the ball out. You need one for a Secret Santa gift. Oh, okay, that might be a... We play for set plays as well. Will that help? Maybe that's the thing. I mean, we're going to try this against two of the best teams in the league here, so I guess we'll soon find out whether it works or not. Villa have put Mings in a photocopy machine. I think every one of them looks like as if they don't understand the concept of kicking the ball. Is it not going well, I take it? Is it not going well? Also, as well, we can get to January. If we can get to January, we can bring a player in, maybe. Wouldn't that be good? That would help. Hopefully Emery will get the kind of players he wants. Yeah, I think so. I think he'll probably get a bit of money to spend. The problem is that he can't really sell to buy because there's not really sellable assets. No one's going to buy Coutinho. Are they? Let's be honest. No one's going to buy Coutinho. Because he's just not good enough. And Arsenal, he wanted Zaha and Zonzi. Yeah, he did. And the thing is, I mean, at Villarreal, he's done very good to get what he's got, you know what I mean? Like, he got them working really well. So, it's not like we can discount him and say, well, he doesn't know what he's doing. Clearly knows what he's doing. Douglas Luiz is absolutely still there, yeah. I mean, this is the problem here. There's just these players that we've got are just not good enough. Players there with like anticipation of 5. We set it up like that, I think, possibly. I mean, we've got to get our defenders, we've got to get our strikers, in fact, back, because they're the players who are sort of the ones who are sort of, they're actually quite decent. Let's get there. They're the ones who can jump and head the ball. Right, that makes sense. Okay, then attacking corner as well, because we've not really done those either, apparently. Which I thought we did do, but by all accounts we didn't. Cassidy staying back. McCavett on the edge of the area, yeah. Tackle the ball from the edge of the area, I think. And look. Left. Attack the near post. Attack the far post. Mark the keeper. Cabot. Downey could attack from the edge of the area. Right, yeah, we need to have some players back as well, actually, don't we? There we go. Yeah, he's quick enough as well, so he can always stay back if needs be. Can be in there, and then Snowden can come back. Yeah, right. There we go. That makes more sense. Right. 1 to 11 Villa have got a decent squad. They're not bad. They're not bad, but there's also some bad players in there as well, to be honest. Supporters are satisfied with the way the team's currently avoiding the relegation fight. However, the team are only a few points ahead of the teams below us. Could easily find ourselves dropping down the table. Be aware that in the event the club being relegated, we've been able to consider keeping in the role. That makes sense. That makes sense. But the minute we're still there. So Lewis Hunter's having a bit of a dreadful time, to be honest. In goal, we haven't got any other options. Right back, we haven't got any other options because Barber's leaving in January, so we're going to have to try and get a so we need a right back potentially. Conor Gormley is definitely someone we like. But I think he's going to be far too expensive. Centre back. Desperately need a centre back, don't we? Desperately need a centre back. Aitchison, let's keep him there as part of our consideration because he would be good as well if we can have a look at him. Left back, we've got enough left backs now. Right midfielder, we've got 2, 3 if needs be. Central midfield, we've got a lot, but at the same time, we've not really got much quality. So O'Shane Nix is going to be coming off because he's leaving, sadly. So he goes in January, which is a shame. Let's take a bottle off because obviously he goes in January. Right, okay, so no one's attract interest, which we don't need. Active recruitment focus. Centre forward, no. Recruitment focus. Active recruitment focus is central defence. Top priority. For loan, really, I think, at this point. Yeah, there you go. Central defence, and then also have a look for a right back. Oh, no, actually not left back on loan. A striker. Let's have a look for a striker on loan. That's the plan. Edouard is getting better, but Watkins has pace, power and size. Plus he can pass. Edouard will maybe get all those, but I like Edouard. I think Edouard's good. I do think he's good. I think there's definitely a player in there, isn't there? Let's be honest. Distillery is 7 matches unbeaten. We haven't won in 7, so it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, to be honest. Going to be very tough, but if we keep playing, I think if we keep playing like we're playing, eventually results will turn around. That's what I think. Michael Halliday, 43-year-old striker. This is what we're looking at. We found a 43-year-old striker for you, and we found a 39-year-old striker. Excellent. Can we have the players going on a little retreat at some point? Don't know if we can. Team bonding session. Let's do that. Right. See if that'll help. Sometimes it's just about morale manager, innit? Sometimes. Let's have a look. balanced, yeah. Distribute quickly, low defensive line. See, they want to do those things because that's where the issues come, innit? That's where the issues come. Cassidy's suspended for this match, so let's maybe... Tell you what. Let's do this then. Right. I feel really sorry that we're going to have to make him do this, but I think we do that. I mean, McGavitt's played alright though. Do I take him out? Has he earned his chance maybe? It's Gavin Conn. He's not really the right player for it, is it? Put him there. Put Oggy back there. That might work. Let's try that. Okay, here we go then. Let's have a look. We're away to Lisbon. We're going to pack an extra man in midfield, see if that's going to help. We're going to tell them everything's fine. Lisbon are going with a 5-2-1-2. We're going with our sort of 4-1-4-1, I suppose, really. It could easily go to a 4-3-3 if needs be. We could push the guys up, see if that works a little bit differently, but we'll see. I might change this skin actually. I'm not 100% keen on the match day experience look of it. I might try and just change the panels on the actual main vanilla skin, see if that works. Don't know, good effort from us there. Also, if there's any new skins that you've seen that look quite decent, let us know. Oh, McGavitt's taking the lead. McGavitt puts us 1-0 up. Lovely header. You've got chlorine in your contact lenses today, says Michael J. Any contact lenses wearers don't get chlorine in your eyes. No, you shouldn't be wearing contact lenses when you're swimming, Michael. You should take them out. Which I know is difficult if you need them, obviously, but I've always wondered, like, this is quite tricky for me to swim anyway, but then putting contact lenses and chlorine in there, not good, because you're not even meant to get normal water on contact lenses, are you? Heads away. Not sure what skin you're using. Zealand's one's the one you've used for quality of life improvements. Is that but I had a bit of issue with it, didn't it, last year, where it sort of like caused a few issues on the when there was an update. I've downloaded the work the space one, but I can't quite work out how it's meant to be loaded in, because it just seems to be 1,000 files in an HTML document, so I don't really understand. So that seems confusing for me. But there's part of me sort of like now almost misses the fact that the leagues are licensed. I'm like, why am I not? Oh, why am I not just keeping them going? So there should be an FMF file. I'll have a little look for that and see if it's in there. But that's a great goal. Look at that for a ball over the top. And then all of a sudden, bang. What a strike, eh? What a strike. Let me see. Because whereabouts should it be in there? Because I've just got loads of stuff in there that's... Yeah, I've not got an FMF file. Which I guess is what's missing. Right, that's the bit that I need. McCavitt's going on his own, isn't he? There's also one called Trung as well, which is the same, and I can't get access to that either. So yeah, a bit confused with those sorts of things. Yeah, no FMF file for those ones, unfortunately. Can't use any skin with a skip match button because I'm weak-willed and lazy. You don't want to be skipping anything. You don't want to be skipping anything. You want to be in there. DB Dark 1.1 is amazing. Where do I get that from, Liam? What do you think of the England squad selection? I'll be honest, Game. I mean, I'm not an England fan, so really the squad itself isn't really sort of my concern. Will we talk about it on the podcast? No, we're not talking about the World Cup, to be honest. But we'll have a little think about that in terms of having a look at the squad in a second. Jack Players, welcome in. Appreciate the raid. Welcome, Raiders, of course. You join us as we are potentially, and I say potentially, about to beat second placed Lisbon. We're currently 9th. They've not lost in 7. We've not won in 7. So this is a huge result. Huge result. I say that as the ball comes through, and they've just missed. Ooh, that's a big let off. That's a big let off. Corner coming in now, though. Do we start making changes? I am worried if we make changes that it all just buckles and the players give up. Offside. We're in Northern Ireland 3rd Division, Steve. That's correct, 3rd Division. Who was saying, by the way, checking out Apocalypse, check out Garnacho's assist. 4-2, Man United, apparently. Decent score. Off the post. Right, what can we do to stop the onslaught here? I'm just, my hands are out of the way. I'm not touching it. I'm not going to touch it. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, sorry, yeah, Liam, you'll have to send it me as a whisper. Sorry, I should have thought about that. Now, I like quite a clean skin, if that's a thing. What a result that is. What a result that is. Nobody saw that coming. Also, the least amounts of shots we've had in God knows how long. Absolutely outstanding. How do you enjoy the league where the players' attributes aren't that exciting? I love it. I love it, game. This is how I play the game. I love lower league football. Absolutely love it. I can't play in the Premier League. I find it boring. I genuinely find it boring. Each to their own, obviously, but for me, I'm like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, I enjoy the chaos ball side of things. So, like, you know, the fact that the ball's bouncing all over the place is going to be brilliant. And yes, it's just something a bit different, isn't it? Something a bit different. Yeah, Liam, if you want to send me that link as a whisper here, or stick it to me via Discord, I can pick it up and have a little look for that thing. So what's called DBB, is it? DBB 1.1. Let's have a little look, shall we? And breathe. Oh, lovely. How was your stream, by the way, Jack? Hope it was a good one. DB Dark, that's what it's called. DB Dark 101. FM23 skin. Let's. There we go. See what we've got here. It's clean. It's clean. All the things down the side, though, they just turn to icons. That's maybe. Very hard to please, aren't I? Very hard to please. Normally we use the so last year we used the Renzi dark skin, and then we also had Tato as well. Now, again, I know that Tato's currently being designed, so that's something to have a look at. So we can always go back and have a little look at that one. Just have another quick little look through a set here, see what else there is. Because obviously we don't want something that's like sort of too in your face either, you know. Let's have a look. See if this one's got the. See again. I'm downloading this. This is Trung, and there doesn't seem to be a thing that says FMF. I don't get why that's not there. See, I think it's broken. Maybe. I don't know. Don't understand. It's too complicated. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. I'm getting easily confused. Road to Legends Football Podcast. Welcome in. How are you? I hope life is treating you guys well. Someone's asked a question just up at the top there. Can you pick an FM save for me to do? Asks Jack Dunn. What sort of football do you like to play, Jack? What sort of saves do you like? Do you like long challenges? Do you like sort of something that's just a bit sort of like get 5 seasons and done? Do you like a rebuild? Do you like a club with a story, with a backstory maybe? So have a little. What do you want to do? Because obviously, you know, give us a bit of that we can help help pick a save for you. Steve, someone's played at pub level in 5 games at tier 13. Everyone's attributes of 1 is maybe for bravery and aggression. Yeah, that's the 100%. If you're new, playing as a good team in a poor league is a good start. Yes, exactly. So it's a handy way to learn the game, to be honest. Captain McClutch, appreciate the follow. Thank you very much for that. Dynamo Zagreb is pretty good. Or something like Ajax maybe, or AC Milan. Not saying that Italy's a bad league, obviously. Scandinavia is really good fun. Actually, let me quickly see. I might even go back to the main skin and just see what we can do. See if I can change these. Decided to click as noticed you're managing my hometown. Yes, Captain McClutch. Now we're talking, aren't we? Right. In that case, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take Banbridge, to the top of Irish football. However we can. We're going to try our best. Hopefully it'll work. Hopefully. But who knows? At the end of the day, who knows? You know what? I'm going to go back to it. Stick that one on there. There's certain things I like about it, but there's certain stuff I'm still not sold on. That's the match day screen. I'm not 100% sold on the match day screen, but Connor Downey is still the physio. He is. He was in the stream last night as well. He was chatting away. He's sent us a few messages via Discord and Twitter, so he's I think it is messages going around the club now that we're currently managing as Banbridge, so we might end up with a few of them dropping in at some point, so that'll be quite cool. He's lovely as well, by the way. He's a lovely bloke, really lovely bloke. So yeah, he had a great time last night. It was lovely. Banbridge to present Cup's glory over the Irish teams. Well, hey, we'll see what we can do. Big Ashley's been in. How are you? Lurking for a bit, playing the PS5. How's things? Things are good. Things are good, Ashley. Can't complain. You know, life is good. We're all having a lovely, lovely time. A lot of the LAN Twitch players were in Alice's stream. She saw most of them. I know. So funny that. So funny. I was in when was it Ryan Harris turned up. He's like, oh, have a look for Ryan Harris. He was like, soldier, bruv. Soldier, you've already gone. She hadn't been there 2 minutes. He was already out the door. But yeah, crazy. So we are still here looking for centre-backs. Soldier, because you were rubbish. She was griefing the one line, wasn't it, about having composure of one. She was like, bruv, stop stressing. Give yourself a heart attack. It's like, she's gonna ruin them. She's gonna ruin those players' confidence. But you know, this is what happens. So Draley, of course, can't be signed. Ben Mitchell's the one who possibly can be signed, though. He's wanted as well. Tobermory, Ballymacash and Newington. Now, how much are you wanting, though? That's the question. He's desperate for us to improve the training facilities. It ain't gonna happen. 45 quid, we can't sign him. We can't sign him. Oh yeah, there was 100% all in good spirits, and that's the great thing. Like, I guess you kind of have to, really, if players see that you're playing as their club, then they've got to laugh along with it. Like, you know, we were fortunate last year. We did a link up with Odd Ball Club there from Norway, and we had a guy called Roppo was in the stream earlier. He's the operations manager at the club, and we sort of like got chatting, and yeah, so that's been a thing. So we've sort of had a chat with them, and like I've had like the CEO of the club follows me on Twitter and things like that, and it's like, it's cool. We just have to like sort of make some fun out of it. And we did a job interview. So we actually did a job interview with the club and Norwegian media. Was it odd interview maybe? There you go. Yeah, and it's up on YouTube as well. So if you want to have a look at that, feel free. Also as well, I don't think I've plugged the Football Manager Show yet. Do that as well. Check out the Football Manager Show. It's brilliant. It's on there every single Wednesday in all your podcast forms. Prov, any good resources for learning the basics properly? Feel like I rely on luck rather than knowledge. The Football Manager Show podcast is a decent way of doing it, because what we're quite fortunate is that we get access to SI. So each episode is going to be going through another part of the game. So this week's episode was about setting the game up in the first place. So like your manager profile, your manager attributes, your background, your experience, team talks, squad introductions, team meetings, all those sorts of things that are that can sort of like help set you up for a bit of success, or maybe cause a bit of hindrance. So that's pretty good. We've also got stuff we're going to be looking at with regards to recruitment, with regards to tactics, of course, as well. The RDF Tactics Garage is in there. So there's been loads of different stuff in there that we'll be covering. With regards to the question about the England and the World Cup, as I said, I'm not fussed about the World Cup this year at all. Like, I'm not going to be taking part in anything to do with it. I'm not watching it. As I say, it is partly because I'm a Scotland fan, and it's more about the fact that it shouldn't be played there. We all know why it shouldn't be played there, because the views of that country are backwards, and it's a ridiculous idea. So we're not going to be doing it. So we'll probably stream a lot during the World Cup. And also, international management is boring on FM. There you go. I've said that as well. Lyndon Dykes would have got the golden boot. Exactly. You know, the only reason that the World Cup hasn't happened is because Ryan Gold is considering being Canadian. So we Scotland have chosen to not take part on moral grounds. Like, we've morally chosen to avoid the World Cup, which is totally fine. So, Katsuma Clutch, I am Canada manager at the moment. Haiti was good. It's the worst. The issue is, right, is that unless you know those players, then you have to, like, you're never going to know the Congolese backups. Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you find those players? You just have to go and sit and watch a load of games, which, when you've got no investment in it, like, is that fun? I don't really think it is fun. But again, everyone can play the game how they want. I'm not going to say, don't play it that. That's entirely up to you. If you want to play it that way, play it that way. If you get your kicks that way, great. For me personally, I don't really enjoy it, to be honest. But each to their own, I guess. I saw a little bit of the Alex Fletcher news, Fraser, but I don't know what the end result is. Have they got is there a diagnosis as to what's happened yet, or is it still all sort of a bit hush-hush? So we haven't got the podcast actually available to watch at the minute, rather, but there is obviously the, as I say, you can do it via pod follow, so any of your podcast platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google, all that sort of stuff. It's all available on there, but we haven't got it on YouTube at the minute. We have got a YouTube channel, which has got the Tactics Garage. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, we have got the stuff on YouTube. What am I on about? In fact, I think we've even managed to get our own proper name as well, have we? Let's just check. Football Manager Show. Let me see. Where is it? There it is. Look, we've actually got our own channel name and everything. Right, that's it there. Penalty saved. Unbelievable. Lads in critical condition had to undergo emergency neurosurgery. Plymouth kid was an Argyle youth product. Shit. I heard that it sounded like he was in a bad way, but as I say, I wasn't entirely sure what the situation was as to what's happened, how he's ended up. But yeah, obviously thoughts go out to him and his family. Awful. Oh, I've had what they call the ice hockey thing. Ooh, head to the boards. Ugh. Oh, horrible. SI not investing into international management. I bet they have the internal data to show that people don't play it. Maybe. I mean, to be fair, just having data to show that people don't play it isn't necessarily a thing that's going to influence them massively on what they do, because they have done a few things that people don't necessarily play. So, I mean, FM Live, I guess, was a thing that they did back in the day. They put it on and it wasn't hugely popular, but I mean, how popular are some of the minor leagues in the game? You could maybe argue they're not massively popular, but they're still there. I just think it's a difficult experience to make entertaining. Like, as I say, I think unless you know the players in that international setup, it's gonna be a bit dry. It's gonna be a bit difficult. Like, how even when we played in Indonesia, I don't really think I would have been able to have picked a squad for the World Cup or the international tournaments based on players other than the players I'd seen in the league. So if I'm going to Burkina Faso, there's no Burkina Faso league. So how do I pick those players? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I find is difficult. And again, with international football as well, you only ever play matches. You can't have training camps and stuff. So what's the point, really? Like, and all you play is friendlies. And then you play, if you're in Europe, you play the Nations League and the Euros and then the World Cup. So it's like, there's just not enough games for me, to be honest, to be invested. So, as I say, that's me, though. That is purely my opinion. Some people love it, though. Some people love it. What do you mean you don't know who the national players of the Philippines are? Is one of the Filipino players called Ignacio? Maybe. I do enjoy learning lesser known talent. Though my best striker is Thai. Yeah, see, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Getting one or two players from a quote unquote minor nation is great. But could you imagine trying to do the entire Thai national team? Maybe. That would be tricky. Yeah, an African journeyman would be a great save, actually. Plastic Pearl, I'll give you that, 100%. obviously it would also help with the Pentagon as well, to try and sort of have a couple more variations out there that you can sort of go, you know what, I think we can we can start looking at sort of trying to make things a little bit more difficult, like obviously Africa, so many more nations, Asia as well, so many more nations. It'd just be fun if they could get it done, you know. But it's tricky. We know it's tricky. Made one change. We brought Downey off. Croskery back for Alves. Nearly made the immediate impact we wanted. Cons come on as well for Hamilton. 4 minutes. Yes, Limo, you're right. 4-4 FN2, of course. Is there any other way? Is there any other way? No, there's not, my friend. Welcome in, welcome in. Big shout, of course, for Limo. Please drop him a follow if you don't already do so. We've just beaten second in the league, Limo, with a 4-4-2. We're now drawing with, I think they're 5th. So we'll take that. We've lost 7 games on the bounce up until this point. So we're now starting to grind it out. But we've gone with this 4-1-4-1 instead to try and sort of make it a little bit more solidified. Get that DM going as well, which this match engine seems to love. So we're slowly getting ourselves away from this, you know. We're hanging in, Limo. We're doing all right. Like, life's good. Obviously, I sort of sent you. I appreciate your message, by the way, the other day for reaching out. So for those people who obviously don't know, we are very sort of proud to talk about mental health. Not just on when I was on Football Manager Therapy podcast, but obviously in our Discord as well, which of course is over here. Limo, of course, works for Evolving Mindset, mental health professional, trained counsellor, mental health nurse. The last couple of weeks I was sort of going, you know what, I'm struggling a bit myself, so I checked myself into therapy, so I've got a bit of therapy going on at the minute. And then Limo very, very kindly reached out and just went, look, anything we can do to help, please let me know. So I was like, I appreciate that, awesome of you to do so. It was one of those ones that I was like, you know what, it's been something that I've thought about for a while. I was like, my head's not quite 100% at the minute. There's been stuff that's sort of been suppressed for many, many years, I think. I had it a while ago, had like sort of depression a while ago, years ago, just before I started touring, actually, to be honest. I thought about that and sort of went, you know what, again, my head's not particularly right. I thought it was a bit of imposter syndrome maybe at the time. But things have just sort of crept back in a little bit recently with family situation and stuff. So with the kids and a bit of exhaustion and all that sort of thing. So I thought, you know what, I sort of talk about it a lot, say that people should mention it and get help if they need help. And I thought maybe practice what I'm going to preach. So we've gone and done a bit of CBT. So we're only a couple of sessions in, so we'll see how we get on with it. But yeah, it's definitely good to talk. Of course, that's what they say. This is also good. Look at that. I mean, granted, this is going to be in comparison to our players, but we've got players A's across the board, man. Fucking get in. This is what we want. Yeah, I appreciate that, Limo. I appreciate that. Brave and inspiring, I'll absolutely take that. It's more about just sort of like being honest with people, and like I like people to be honest and sort of for me to be honest with people as well. Like I think that with streaming, I always say with streaming, you get to learn about people very quickly. Like, I sort of give a lot of myself, as you will as well. You'll give a lot of yourself, sort of like when you're on stream, you'll sort of open up and tell bits of your life, because people want to know about that sort of stuff. And yeah, I'm happy to share. I think the more we all know about each other, the more we can all develop these bonds and we get closer. So, that's the thing. I don't want to sort of have to shy away from anything and sort of say, well, we should all talk about mental health except me, because I'm a streamer and I shouldn't have to tell you these sorts of things. I think it's very much a case of, look, we all need to do it. We all need to be a bit more open and stuff, and a bit more honest with our feelings and our emotions and our mental health. So, if I've got a tiny platform to do so, then obviously I'll use that platform 100%. I think that's a good point, Steve. A very, very good point. You know, you're right. You do tend to surround yourself with people who think similar to yourself. So that is a really, really astute point. So yeah, take that on board 100%. As you say, get an alternative perspective on things is healthy. Healthy and it's refreshing. You know. So yeah, absolutely. If anyone is struggling, then please do speak up. Either in our Discord or, of course, reach out to Limo and Evolving Mindset as well. So I'd absolutely, absolutely recommend that as well. Suggesting me Lewis Hunter as captain. I mean, he's had two clean sheets. I understand that now, but so now we've got Bangor who are up to second. We've just drawn with Tobermory, who are top. Sorry, so we've drawn with the team who are top. We've beat the team who were second, Distillery. Then I done at fourth. We now play Bangor. So the league's really, really tight. If we can get a couple of wins, we can start moving up into mid-table, and we're expected to battle relegation essentially. You know, FUT batters. I've just done my mental health first aid qualification today. Opened my eyes a bit. Incredible. Love that. Cracking work. Loads of respect for it. Genuinely. Hunter, you should make me captain. Yes. I love this. Hunter's in the chat. Oh mate, welcome in. You're not going to believe this. You got a kick up the backside earlier on as well, because your form started to drop a little bit. But I've always believed in you. I stuck with you, right? Look at this. You've got an average rating of 7 out of 10 so far this season, right? Ignore the 22 goals conceded, because they've not all been your fault, right? We've had some matches where you have just, I'll be honest, the centre-halves have let you down, right? Right? It's not your fault at all. Downey told me about the stream. Oh, you know what? Like, Downey is such a lovely bloke. Absolutely lovely bloke. He came in yesterday, obviously, as you'll know, and he's been sending me messages during the day just to sort of fill me in with a bit about the club, fill me a bit in about sort of just, you know, general life in the area and stuff as well. There you go, McClutch has gone to school with Downey, and it's been cool. It's been really, really cool. So genuinely, it's been great getting you guys in the stream to sort of see how we get on. So we are currently. Did he tell you that his dad owns the club? No, he didn't tell you that. He didn't tell me that. He didn't tell me there's nepotism. I mean, is this why he gets in? Is this why he's got 2 jobs? Is this why he's getting paid? Because his dad's the chairman. I mean, that explains a lot, doesn't it? That explains a lot. Look at this. Look at the money, right? Because he was saying he's going to go and speak to the owners. He's the only one getting paid. Lewis. He's the only one getting paid. 45 quid a week. You're not getting anything. You know, you're on appearance fees apparently. Sean Kroski, he gets a little bit of cash. We've sort of paid him. Tyler's getting cash. Ryan's getting cash. Adam's getting cash. Tyler's getting cash. All makes sense now, doesn't it? It all makes sense. You know, I'll be the physio as well as the player, double dipping. That's what he's doing. But yeah, no, it's genuinely great. It's genuinely great getting you guys in. What I did find out as well, and it was mentioned a little bit on the stream at the start. Obviously, I've heard about the manager, the gaffer. Terribly sorry to hear about him. Obviously, you know, our thoughts are with you guys and the town and the club and everyone else. So, obviously, Downey wants to, and I'm sure you do as well, want to win something for the gaffer this year. We do as well now. We absolutely want to win something for the gaffer. So, I wanted to be invested in the save anyway, and do something with Banbridge. But now even more, so I'm just like, you know what, yeah, let's do it. We're 100% involved now. Ben Beatty, man, appreciate the follow. That's very kind of you. Thank you for that. So yeah, let's make it happen. Right? We're gonna get there. Up the town. Is that what it is, by the way? Up the town, or let's go for the league. Yeah, exactly. We're expected to get relegated, so let's just win the league. You know, we'll do that instead. Solo Anne, appreciate the follow as well. Always sad when you see a staff member, imagine a staff member in game that's passed away. Yeah, awful stuff to be honest. But yeah, we'll all club together and we'll bond together, and hopefully it can be something that we can make a bit of light out of a bad situation, I suppose. If we can do something to help as well, then let's try and organise that as well and make sure we can all work together and push on. So yes, this is what we're trying to do. Up the town indeed. Junior Melander a couple of years ago. It happens a lot now, doesn't it? That's the problem. It happens a lot. So Lewis, give us a bit of insider then. What's going on? Like my view, right? This is how we've got you playing at the minute. I know it's not quite how the team would play in real life. Now, we have played a 4-4-2, but we've now decided to drop Oggy back and play him in a DM role, playing a little bit deeper, giving a bit more sort of cover defensively. McGavitt's here. Big McGavitt, Steve McGavitt's up on top, getting all the goals, getting all the glory. Downey's here, close to the touchline so he can get his sponge whenever anyone gets injured. He can run back off and grab that back in. Hamilton's coming at left back now. Anderson and Snodden. Now, Anderson, I know he's the main man, right? But if we can find another centre half, that would be really helpful. Have you seen this as well with Snodden, by the way? Loves a header, 12 for heading, can't jump for shit apparently. So he's only got 5 for jumping, and also blows over in a wind. So that's maybe something. You've just tried a 4-5-1, so very realistic. I didn't know that. I genuinely didn't know that. Didn't know that at all. So that's handy then, okay. Because obviously Downey can get up a bit if he wants, and then Croskery can get up as well. And then there you go, then that turns into a 4-3-3. So jumping reach is the same as mine. Have the wingers launch at his face. Also as well, Rui Alves. Where's he come from? He's just strutting around in the reserves. We found him. We're like, okay, cool, you can come in, have a bit of play around. So he's a left winger who looks quite interesting. Edgar got sent off, by the way, in the cup. Straight red. Ridiculous tackle. Ridiculous. I'm not happy with him at all. So you can tell him off in training tomorrow. Niall Cassidy looks pretty decent as well. To be honest, he's sort of developing as I keep calling him a youngster, but he's 23. Like, I keep thinking he's a young forward. He's not. He's a good player. 6 goals in 8 games, 8 starts, I should say. Sorry. But obviously we've now had to drop back to 1 up front, so he will get his chance again. But yeah, it's just a shame that he's obviously not there straight away right now. Tyler Gorman appears to be a young kid as well with a bit of potential. Lough41, best countries to load for unemployed, 0 badges safe. Northern Ireland, mate. Northern Ireland. It depends what you fancy, because, like, we went to Indonesia last year, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun with 0 badges. If you want to do a European journey, man, then I would definitely suggest Eastern European teams, like your Serbias, your Serbia's, Latvia, Croatia, things like that. Ukraine, pretty good. Slovenia, Finland, yes, Stephen, absolutely. Woodger says there, Scandinavia, Wales, Northern Ireland, small Asian leagues, Eastern Europe, yeah, all those things. Because they're great fun. They're great fun. You get in here. The whole point with this save right now, this is the British Steel Challenge. So the idea is to win 32 trophies in England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland. We start unemployed. We have no badges. We have no experience. We go and we interview for jobs. And we interviewed and we got Banbridge. And that's why we're in Northern Ireland. 3rd division of Northern Irish football. We decided, right, let's come and go over here. And you get stories like this. You get to have moments where you sort of end up going, oh, well, we'll just chat with the players. So they'll pop in and watch the stream and sort of like say hello. So I'm very, very excited. Very excited. We've got, we're about to play Bangor next, Lewis, if you're still in the stream. So hopefully you'll pull out a good performance. You've had 2 clean sheets in the last 2 matches. So I've got faith. Right now. Apocalypse Pundits just said Garnacho had a bad game, but Rashford was class. What's the mental disease affecting this world? What it is it creates talking points for people to start yakking about, and it creates engagement for people to then tweet the companies and the TV shows. I can't believe this has just been said. It's all deliberate, isn't it? It's all deliberate. You know how that works. You know how it works. Surely, Apocalypse. We're all smart enough to understand that, right? That's why TalkSport exists. TalkSport exists purely to say things that are going to wind people up, because then they'll ring in, and that just creates them content. Because you can't talk 24/7 about the Premier League. There's nothing to talk about for 24 hours. We beat Bangor away last year, so hopefully more of the same, right? More of the same. Text the boys, stick it in the WhatsApp, say we have to go and beat Bangor now, right? Excuse me. McCavitt was class when I managed Banbridge. Well, I was back with him when he was back on loan. Ooh. We need a centre half as well, Lewis. Who would you recommend? Who would you recommend we try and get in on loan? Who have you played against that you like? Why do I think Bangor and Bognor Regis are the same? Well, the thing is, you've also got, it's Bangor in Northern Ireland, isn't it? And it's Bangor in Wales. So I need to remember that as well, because I had a save with Bangor in Wales in FM23, maybe 21, possibly. H was Banbridge a couple of years ago, so it should be realistic. Well, yeah, you've seen that we had a little look at him. He's a lad that I like. With scouts reckon he's top draw. He's not looking for any money, but I mean, you know, unfortunately, Connor's dad isn't opening the wallet, so we've got no money to spend. So we have to try and see if we can get him in on loan. When it comes to, in fact, we can't, because he's got no contracts. We can't get him on loan, so someone might have to leave in order for us to get him in. But we'll see. North Zealand did a video recently with a team that he had been managing. So the question, Tony, is now you're talking to the players, when are we getting to a Banbridge Town training session? I mean, it's clearly going to happen, right? It's clearly going to happen. We're going to have to get this done. I feel there's more pressure now to not get sacked now that two of the players have been in the stream. We'll have to work a way as well to see if they're going to sell shirts. I can't find a shirt for sale online, so I'll have to message Lewis and Connor and see what the crack is about whether we can get a shirt ordered, because I think we should have that hanging up, shouldn't we? Try and get like the shirts for all the teams that we manage for the save. And it'd be better if we actually get a trophy. Imagine if we get a trophy. Oh, so good, so good. Right, come on then. Let's go and beat Bangor. We're away from home as well, so right. Lewis, you've got the captain's armband. You got the captain's armband today, mate. Campbell's at right back, Snodden's at centre half with Anderson. Hamilton's at left back. Cowan, Oggy, McCavitt, and Croskery in midfield, with Downey, and McCavitt is up top on his own as well. So that's how we're going to do it. Right. We're underdogs. Go and enjoy yourselves. Croskery enjoyed that. He's chilled out about it. They go 4-3-3. We could go 4-3-3 as well if we want. As I say, we can push Downey up top. We can push Croskery up as well. So we can definitely go a bit more attacking if needs be. And then that should start to potentially move us up the league. We can start to challenge Port Stewart here in 8th. But again, bear in mind that we're expected according to the club, the fans, and the media, we're expected to be relegated. So, overachieving at this point. Overachieving, in a sense. Holding with the block in there, yeah. Just pop the old Football Manager Show link in there as well. So, again, if you haven't listened to it, it came out yesterday. Myself and RDF spoke to Neil Brock from Sports Interactive, as I say, about setting up a game. We also spoke to Dermot Corrigan about managing Barcelona on the game as well. So that was really interesting conversation about how real life Barcelona and FM Barcelona aren't too dissimilar, to be honest. So how they're sort of like trying to suggest with the way that the finances are. McCavitt, block. Tastes like promotion. If is that a link? Is it? Would you? If it is, you're gonna have to ping me on a whisper, pal. Yeah, I can have a little look at it. Pop it up in the chat if needs be. Michael McCavitt thinks about it. Campbell dinks it over the top. That was a nice little ball, wasn't it? EFL draw's been made. As a Hickey's in with a follow. Appreciate that, Hickey. Thank you very much. Welcome in. Did Twitch do something about an arsehole on the RDF stream? I don't know, Fraser. I think obviously it was reported. Whether we find anything back out or not, I don't know. The trouble is if that person changes their IP address, then I don't know enough about tracing and stuff as to how we can get that in. Arthur with a great header. Lewis, there's nothing you can do about that, mate. Don't worry, it's not your fault at all. Hickey, great stream. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, Hickey. Very, very kind indeed. I mean, if anything, Campbell's he's all arms, isn't he? He's all arms. I think he's been caught a little bit there. Wasn't really expecting it. Oh, McCavitt's through. Oh. What a strike that was. What a strike. Southampton versus Lincoln in the Cup. What a ball. Campbell making amends straight away. And Stephen McCavitt smashes it in the bottom corner. Golden boot winner right here, surely. Lewis putting the ball out to the wings. Blackburn Forest. That's a good match. That's a proper 90s match, isn't it? Blackburn versus Forest. What was the thing about the person with the language that said something from the 40s and 50s not used these days? Doubt the person was 70 years old. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, I'd be amazed if that person was any older than well, I don't say amazed if a person was older than 17, but you never can tell, can you? It was just disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. But the interesting and the good thing about it was that everybody rallied around RDF and said it was disgusting and called it back out and said, no, that's bullshit. Because that's what you need, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want people to sort of sit there and go into their shell and be like, oh, you know, it's not really for me to say. Like, everyone was just straight out going, nah, that's bullshit. You shouldn't have to put up with that. So he got some racist abuse, would you, on his chat, and he was having a great stream. He was having a lovely time, and then something vile and horrible was written on the in the comments, and it just threw him completely. And as it would, of course, and then everyone sort of in the community just went, nah, fuck that guy, because we and again we presume it was a guy, but fuck that person straight away. Like, nah, you don't behave like that, not at all. But yeah, whether anything's been done about it by Twitch, we don't know. But this is better football, isn't it? But yeah, he knows that he's loved, and he knows that we're obviously all behind him. So it's it's a shame that it's happened again. It's again, especially, you know, he's been on the front page of Twitch a few times for Black History Month. He's great creator, he's a great friend of mine as well. Obviously, I've now met him in real life, given the FMT meet-up last week. Sorry, this week, in fact. Sorry, I should say. No one should have to go through that sort of stuff at all. It's 2022. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. He is indeed a legend. Absolutely, Kronk. Completely agree. Chronic, sorry, I should say. That's the internet these days. Well, the internet is obviously a reflection of society. That's the problem. And there are certain elements, certain areas of society which unfortunately need still the education. That's a great ball. Oh, it's a great save. Oh, cross-curry with an effort. This is good football, by the way, from the boys at Banbridge. We're taking the game to the top of the table. It's McGavitt, Michael McGavitt, in fact. Cross-curry knocks it back over. Campbell, cross-curry again. He fancies it, but he's a bit off anyway with his shooting. I can call you Kronk if you like. I appreciate that, Kronk. I was trying to work out where the ones went in your name. I was like, Kronk. Oh, Chronic. That makes more sense. Ball at the top is Stephen McGavitt again. Straight at the back of the defender. In there is different outside society. You're more likely to get the words said to. Yeah, I guess the thing you can. Yeah, it's keyboard warriors, isn't it? It is keyboard warriors. And there is the thing for that. Just sort of like, you know, just say what you say and then log off. And there's no sort of fear of retribution, is it? Whereas if you say it in real life, if you say it out loud, then you're going to get some people going, no, we don't do that. And then there's there's obviously going to be some sort of comeback, really. We're going to change Cowley for goalie. Cowan's coming on, so we'll put Downey on, sorry, for goalie. Snodden, thought we won a corner. Oh, we've got a penalty. We've got a penalty. Right, now, hang on. The thing is, the last time we had a penalty, it was Cassidy. He missed it. Who's the penalty taker? Who do we give for the penalties? Cassidy. Oh, Hunter. Oh, Lewis is potentially the penalty taker. We can't have that. We can't have that. Yeah, Stephen's got to take it. Stephen's got to take it. Give it to him. Imagine this, Lewis, man. If you took it and scored, we'd be over the moon. Big moment. Stevie's missed. He's missed. Oh. I don't believe it. I don't know. I've never... He doesn't miss anything. He's just tapped it as well. We should have let you have a go, Lewis. You should have done it. You'd have put your foot through it. Proper goalkeeper penalty. Yeah, right. You're on penalties going forward as well. You're already the captain. You're going on penalties next as well. Right, get him a caveat in the chat tomorrow. I want to have a word with him. Penalty practice for that boyo. Nicely held. Well held. Safe hands. Safe hands. I just see the game out here. Don't make that ball come back, Lewis. Don't make that ball come back. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do, to be honest. Get a draw. It's all about just moving it up, isn't it? Just slowly chipping away at the league. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Very good. Very good. Right, let's catch up on this McCaffrey's doing pizza commercials. I love that. I love that. It's him and Cassidy. Cassidy's missed one as well, mind. The pair of them. Right, let's get caught up on this cup draw then, shall we? So, what have we got? Blackburn versus Forest, Southampton versus Lincoln, Newcastle versus Bournemouth, the Eddie Howe derby has been called here. Man City versus Liverpool, nice. United versus Burnley, MK Dons versus Leicester, Charlton versus Brighton. That's reasonable, isn't it? Liverpool versus Madrid in the Champions League, City in the Cup, no more easy draws. Well, there's not. Or also, they're going to get knocked out of two competitions very quickly, and therefore they just focus on the league. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But also as well, it depends upon what happens with their buyout. So, 15 quid in the coffers for the to the league. Right, now Newington are keeping an eye on you, Lewis. So don't go getting any ideas and going off and joining Newington. By the way, we have to keep you here. Right, make you a star. Focus on the relegation battle. Exactly. Yeah, you can say that. I'm not allowed to say that. Nothing good can come from there. Visit the club in real life one weekend, possibly, says Dan. I think so. I think if we keep going through and we're having a nice time, then yeah, I think we'll try and organise a trip over to Banbridge. Who fancies it? If from everywhere, every time I've gone to Northern Ireland, everywhere's about an hour from Belfast, so it shouldn't be too far. Where is it? Limavady, is it? So, I mean, I'm not just currently Googling on the so Banbridge to Belfast. Let's see. It's probably only about an hour. Everywhere's about an hour. It's not even that. It's half an hour. Oh, it's up by the. It's properly inland. Okay, nice. It's next. Hey, if there's any Game of Thrones fans in here, then it's next to the Game of Thrones studio tour. Yeah, Havelock Park's close by as well. Beach Grove Doggy Fun Park. Not for me. I'm not really a fan of dogs, but Havelock Park's there as well. Lawrence Town's quite close by. Yeah, I reckon we can get a decent little trip over there, couldn't we? Get a few of us, head over to Banbridge, have a great time. Yeah, half an hour's drive from Belfast. Champion that. Yeah, we can 100% do that. Yeah, we'll take the football in. Right, easy, sorted. Anyone else think House of Dragon was arse? I've not watched it, Lulu. I've not watched it, I must admit. Captain McClutch works right next to it, living in the Havelock. There you go. Might be a bit pricey for you. It's less than 30 minutes from Belfast. Go on, Matt, stream it. Problem is that by the time you arrange a trip, you'll have been sacked. Oh, it's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's true. Netherlands have won the World Cup, have they? Have they just done that? Holland's. I think they have they just done it? One World Cup, look at that. There you go. World Cup champions. Holland, which is weird because there's not even a World Cup this year, is there? So, you know, interesting that. The Banbridge Town Tony Jameson Ultras. Yeah, do you do hoodies? Yeah, we do like getting football club branded hoodies. But yeah, we'll all buy shirts. It'll be brilliant. We have a big flag. It's superb. Am I a globalist? Oh God. In what sense? I'll ask a question here. Get one of them Banbridge Town Sunderland half and half scarves. Bring flares. Down I can sort of shirt and send it over. Mate, that would be awesome. That'd be absolutely banging. Let me know how much you need for it. We'll get that sorted. That'll be class. Do I believe in rebuilding the world in a new normal as we adapt to our new COVID reality? I'm going to play with this for a little bit. Again, in what sense? In what sense? Like, as in, do you think we should all be vaccinated? Yes, I do. Do you think that this is something we have to deal with? Pandemic isn't over. We need to rebuild society in a safe, socially distanced way. COVID hasn't gone away, so neither should mass and social distancing. Yeah, probably. I think that I sort of agree. Yeah, like there's a lot. It's not going to go away at all. But I have a feeling that this is going to be a thing. So I'm just going to nip it in the bud. There we go. I was going to go with it, and like, you know what? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and I do believe that, you know, that the world isn't the same. Agree. But at the same time, it's like, it's not for us to fix it right now. I can't fix that sort of stuff now. I've got a lot of pressure. I've got Banbridge. I can't be having travel restrictions when I'm about to go see Banbridge. You know? This is the thing. I'm sorry, I've now got to be selfish about this whole situation. Wonder if Hummel make the kits, it would make it even better. It's Adidas, unfortunately. Adidas. But we could, if we had a Hummel kit, then it would just be like the greatest, wouldn't it? It'd be absolutely the greatest. But it's red and black stripes, Adidas. I presume yellow numbers. I think there's yellow numbers as well. But it's fairly smart. Did I get the picture for you yesterday, boys? Did I? Banbridge FC. As you can see this here. There's the lads. This is from the Coleraine game. I barely saw my own life out. Let me be responsible for everyone else. Yeah, exactly. So there you go. So that's the kit. That's what they're currently wearing. Red and black Adidas. I mean, the skipper. Have a quick look at the skipper. He's like fully stacked. He's like giving it the big, like, don't you come near me. Is that you there, Lewis? Is it in the picture? You look very young. It was taken a couple of years ago. So that might actually be the old kit now. So that's 2020. Sorry, let me find where the current players are. Actually, they're still maybe wearing the same kits, possibly. Was this it? We changed the kit recently. I'm not sure. Vote for the next match ball. Oof. Featured player Michael McCavitt, apparently. Let's try to have a look and see if there's anything on the website where we can show. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, red and black. Absolute AC Milan. Absolute AC Milan. That's definitely not me. The kit hasn't changed. I've just found a new picture of you up here. So in the squad, here's Lewis. Here's Lewis here. Right, we're not sure who the little lad was that was in the picture, but there's Lewis. Right, from the club's website, and here's Downey. Here's Connor. Connor's not even got his picture on the internet. He's taking it off. I quite like this, mind. 37 appearances. He's only had 2 yellow cards. Connor. Obviously, he's played more than 37 times. Well, that must have been last season, surely. So no shrinking violence at all. We're just battle-hardened individuals. Front row Ryan, how are you, boy? Welcome in. Nice to see you. These few big lads in the lower leagues. They do. 2 yellow cards, coward. Yeah. See, look, they are stealing cup wins. So there's already a trophy that we should have at least challenged for. Where did we get knocked out? Did we get knocked out pretty early with this one? I think we did, didn't we? This one was, yeah, good point. Get some more water on the go. I'm properly gravelly, aren't I, at the minute? Properly gravelly. So, am I right in thinking that some of the cups are regionalised in Northern Ireland? Is that right? Someone told me that. I don't know if that's true or not. It feels like it should be true. Transfer window open soon. Oh, need to get a centre half in a loan. The Miola park manager's just been sacked as well. So that's there's a job going, but we're not interested in that at all. We're not interested at all. Public speaking made where. Public speaking made you aware as to how much water you need just for speaking for an hour or two. Oh, 100%. Like when I do stand up, I go through so many bottles of water. It's ridiculous. Like especially if it's a 1 hour show, I'm literally weeing for like 2 hours straight after the show. Just like, gotta get it all back out. But yeah, just I do get dehydrated quite quickly. I mean, again, we tried to buy this guy straight away because some of you obviously won't remember, but we had an Indonesian save last year, and then the first thing we saw was an Indonesian striker. We were like, this is amazing, but unfortunately he wants far too much money, so we didn't get anywhere near him, unfortunately. Mehefi, I think we definitely have to have on the shortlist because he looks pretty decent. Stage lights are hideous when I did some theatre stuff. Yeah, again, I've got lights obviously in front of me here as well, which potentially could be part of the reason we're drying up a little bit, but yeah, it's part and parcel, isn't it? It's part and parcel. Donald Scullion, jumping reach 13, heading 10, strength 4, tackling 7, marking 12. Great. Like, he's at Newry. Okay, he's out of contract, so it's not like we can even loan him in. Was the Phantom in the Phantom of the Opera? Oh, really? It's quite a talent you've got there, then, Apocalypse. I mean, I presumed you were good. I'm just presuming that you were good at that, rather than just like, oh no, I was in there, I was dreadful. No, that's very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Phantom of the Opera is not one of those ones you muck about with either. Like, you know, if you're doing the Phantom of the Opera, you're doing it properly. Cormac McGinley is 20, 6'2". What made you pick Banbridge? So we started unemployed and we applied for every single job that was available within our range, essentially. So we applied for Banbridge, we applied for Dundela, we applied for Swansea University, and we applied for East Fife. And basically, Banbridge came straight back, offered us the job, as did Swansea University, but Swansea University were also offering us no money at all. So, not saying that we're here for the cash, but, you know what I mean? The mighty Swansea University, sorry Fraser, my mistake. The mighty Swansea University. But yeah, Banbridge actually agreed to pay us, so we figured we'd actually, we'd come and do it here. And now we've got the players in the chat as well, which is great. So, we're hoping to do the boys proud, to be honest. We're hoping to do that, so fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Oh, yeah, Lewis, you're going to have to send me that through either a whisper or do me a DM on Twitter or Discord or something, because unfortunately we don't have links on the chat, I'm afraid. It's terribly embarrassing, isn't it, telling the players that you can't post things in the chat. Right, unless there's a... Yeah, let me have a quick look here. Yeah, ping it to me via a whisper. I think if you just click on my name, you can do it that way. And that should then, like, sort of right click on me. No, yeah, click on my name, sorry, and then there's a little button that says whisper. Send that there, then I can pick it up. As I say, or ping me a DM in the Discord. Scouts aren't doing a good job here, are they? Like, recruitment focus, we recommend nobody. Still got nobody recommended, but don't worry, we've gone and looked at 6 strikers. Great. I need the centre halves, mate. Centre halves is what I need. You brought any centre halves for us? Nah. We've got 3 strikers though. Good. I'll do. Donald Scullion's gone to Glebe Rangers, so we can't get him now, so he's gone. Right. Keep him on the shortlist though, because he might be worth a peek at later on, because obviously the way that this works, we can keep going. Pretty sure my scout was too busy in the South American Studies lecturers because we haven't found anybody all season. What time are we on till? It's just gone 11 now, isn't it? Maybe do like another half hour, possibly. Don't want to be too late, but at the same time, I'm sort of thinking thinking like if the transfer window's going to open, we definitely play this Queen's game now. Have you watched Dark Side of the Ring? No, I haven't actually. I haven't. What's it? What is it? What is it? Where would I find it? I can recommend a 35-year-old 5'10" centre half with 6 jumping reach. Can you, Steve? Can you? Now, where would I find one? Where would I find one? Let me know where that is. Waiting to see if you managed to get that sent, Lewis. Or are you struggling? Yeah, I'm not sure what Dark Side of the Ring is. I feel a bit sort of out of the loop again here. Series about controversial events in... Oh, yes. Sorry, my mistake. For some reason, I didn't put Dark Side of the Ring and that together. But yes, of course I actually have. Yes, I have. For fuck's sake, that's me. That's taken me a long time, hasn't it? Yes, that's what Downey sent me that yesterday, the pictures with the for the gaffer. So genuinely, I was really sort of like touched when he mentioned it. I was just like, oh shit, we need to get something sorted, I think, to be honest. Yeah, it's the boys. Also as well, Connor sent me a picture of his greatest goal he's ever scored, his video he's ever scored, so he's very, very happy with himself for that. He did claim he shinned it in though. I was like, nah, that's a good strike. That's a good strike. Yeah, they're all just it's the picture of them just lined up. It's the one that's on the website actually. So it's must be the only goal he's ever scored. Yeah, there you go. There's the lads. There's the lads there. Yeah, he's very happy with it. Has he got it here? Where is it? I'm not sure if I'm allowed to. Where I can post it? Can I post it here? Maybe. Here's me going like, can I post it? I know it's my chat, but I don't know who owns the rights to it. Actually, no, yeah, it might not be able to go on. Right, I've just sent it to you there. See if you can. Actually, no. Yeah, you can't do that. I'll have to delete that. Can't post your OnlyFans chat. No, I can't. You're right. I can't. I can't. Someone else is going to have to try and do it for me. Yeah. And to be fair, I think I've just sent you a link to my DMs there, Lewis. So I'm terribly sorry. Feel free to delete that. It might not work anyway. I'll try and work out how I can save the video. I'll put it in the Discord or something. Sean Leopard, has he gone away on loan somewhere? Signing him is a priority. Jumping reach of 8, heading of 11, marking of 11, tackling of 10, positioning of 11, leadership of 12. This is our guy, innit? This is our guy. No wage contribution. This is the guy. Sean Leopard from the Institute. He's earning 100 quid a week. You played with him last year. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can get him in then. James Clark? Possibly leaving? What do you reckon? Is he going to be upset? Should we just get rid? I don't know if he's actually on a contract at all, is he? No, he's not. So Kilmore, Rec and Malakians are coming in for him. Adam Hamilton's doing well in training there. Everyone seems to be happy. So yeah, Queens and Limavady coming up next. Two winnable games, I would say. Definitely two winnable games. Should Leopard be signed? 53% reckon no, maybe. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. I think he's good. Loan deals accepted. We tried to get Dean Corrigan, but he went on loan to Queens instead. So we couldn't get him there, I'm afraid. So Noodles asked before, I couldn't remember, how do you make a profit in the League of Ireland, badly struggling with finances? I think it's like everything, Noodles. It's like you've got to be really, really smart with your wages. Like, don't pay too much for your appearance fees. Don't pay too much on things like unused substitute fees, because you're going to end up having to pay those things. Like, try and take them out of the contract negotiations. Winning the league title isn't going to get you a lot of money. You've got to try and get into Europe. You've got to try and like sort of start moving into those positions. Once you get like a UEFA Cup and you get into the first round proper, then the money starts to come in. Then of course you can sell your players off to clubs abroad, get a half decent player. You've got to be willing to just sell players, really. You can't be attached to players. You just got to be like, nah, they're going, we'll replace someone else. It is just it's a conveyor belt, essentially. That's sort of how you have to think about it. So yeah, that's the only advice I would say. Don't get too attached to anybody, and be smart with your wages, really. Let's do you feel the squad can be strengthened? Yes, centre halves. 16-day gap was fine. There we go. Still hates me. I'm going to spend the entire season just pissing this one journalist off. 9 players have joined Crumlin Star. Ballymoney have finalised 16 signings. It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. Last match XG was good. Last match passing, look at that. That's nice. We're starting to move things around a little bit here. Putting relegation release clause at 0 is quite good trick, even if there's no relegation. Okay. Got promoted in the first season with 20 points ahead, going into the second season, having a little sign on due to high wage demands. Again, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, you're going into that season. Here's your current plot, Lewis. This is how you're getting on. 4 clean sheets recently, which is very, very good indeed. Yeah, if you're just getting promoted, then obviously it's going to be that sort of situation where you're not going to be able to attract the best players. You're going to have to still attract the lowest players or the better players from the division below you. Try and look at loans. Always try and look at loans rather than buying players or signing players. It's always the best way to do it. It's just a cheaper way of doing it as well, isn't it, to be honest? So certainly worth a look at. Penalty ratio save is accurate. Hey, the penalty ratios in this game is they've tweaked it. But you know what? You have saved a couple. You have saved them. We rely on you a lot. You call him Mr. Big Time. What you can do is start on a low wage, then promise a high wage after 30 games and don't play them after 30 games. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Or put like nonsensical bonuses in, like, if you first international cap or something, or win the league, those sorts of things. Club are happy enough. In terms of the board, they're happy enough that we're making progress towards the club's vision. Satisfied with the team's results. Looking forward to seeing how we perform in the transfer market. Happy with the impact Route 1 style's having. Players are backing us, that's fine. Relegation release clause, triple wages on first cap. Yeah, exactly, yeah, all those sorts of like little sneaky ways of doing stuff. Swoody B, appreciate the follow, very kind, thank you. Big bonuses for cup wins, that's good as well. But then again, don't go and win the cups, because it's going to cost you. Goal bonuses for defenders, again though, if you're playing them for corners, they might start to rack up. But yeah, definitely look at taking any unused substitute appearance fee off. You don't want that at all. You don't want to have that there. Fans happy with 4-4-2. Excellent. Happy with the squad. Happy with the culture. Players are starting to be a bit more chilled out, relaxed. Unused substitutes as main goalkeeper. Yes. Saves going well, thank you, Sweeter V. Very well indeed. We're in season 1 still of our British Steel Challenge, and we're at Banbridge Town in Northern Ireland, 3rd Division. Just coming into the transfer window's just opened up, so we're halfway through the season. We're currently 9th, which is in a league of 12, but we're expected to be relegated out of the game. So at the minute, we're flying. We're flying. So 3 wins, 3 draws, 5 defeats, which doesn't sound great, but these last 3 games we've started to turn things around. Distillery was 2nd at the time, Tobermory were top, Bangor was 2nd, so Queens are 7th, Limavady are 10th, Dollingstown are 11th, and then by that time Ballymacash are top. So we could be hopefully turning things around to at least finish mid-table, or as Nerd Herder says there, gunning for the title. So this is what we're going to do. We've got a player in. Sean Leopard comes in on loan. We're not paying him anything. We now have a centre half. He's not registered for the Queen's game, so we'll see how we go. Rich, mid-table. I know. It's madness, isn't it? Don't say it too loudly. But yes, it's happening. You're seeing a lot of people playing in Northern Ireland. You know what? I've seen that as well, actually. I have seen that as well. I saw someone else, Herb the Nerd, was managing at the mighty Swansea University as well. So I think some people are starting to do these journeyman careers. Sean Leopard can go straight in, actually. Let him have a look. Some would say, is it a good idea to bring Kevin Anderson out when he's starting to get on form? Maybe it isn't, but at the same time, let's have a look at Sean and see what he can do. He's a right footer. Dylan's a right footer as well, but you're managing in Stuttgart. Nice. Oh, Lewis, appreciate the prime. Thank you, mate. Genuinely, that's very, very kind indeed. As we all know, of course, if you've got Amazon Prime, link it to your Twitch. It doesn't cost anything at all. But then you're a great person like Lewis who goes, you know what? Let's support the channel. Appreciate that, Lewis. You're an absolute legend, you. Oh, yeah, Bundesliga is brilliant. Genuinely, I you know what? It won't surprise anybody to know. Bundesliga 3 is my favourite league. We managed Kaiserslautern in FM20, and I loved it so much. Bundesliga 3 is the best league. Obviously, apart from, Northern Irish Division 3, clearly. I should try the new German lower league database. I should actually, yeah. Because again, that's regionalised, isn't it? Is that right? Am I thinking that right? Great teams in the 5th and 4th tier. I'm sure that it's regionalised. Yeah. Could make for a really, really fun save. Really fun save. I've made you new kits for the save. You're having great fun with Dortmund, says Rich. Oh, go on, Crossgary. You're through. There's McCavitt. Oh, I've got to finish that. Got to finish it, Annie. How's he not put that away? Did a save with the team in the 5th tier who won the league back 100 years ago. Oh, there's some stories. There's some stories in those lower leagues, isn't there? McCavitt wins the ball back. Oh, had to go on his own. Tried to bend it in that bottom corner. Nice idea. Good first 15 minutes. Calvert with throw in. Campbell gets it clear. Now, I'm wondering, do we start to come away from cautious? Good save, Lewis. Really good save. We're going to balance this point. We might need to start pushing on a little bit. Head of the way. Not massively far though. It's okay. Bonus points if it's former Eastern Europe giant. Yes. Eastern German giant, sorry. Yeah, there's a few teams obviously who've not won a a Bundesliga title from East Germany. So, oh, great save! What a save, Lewis! Unbelievable. Big hands, big hands. McCavitt gets the ball away. Mulgrew. Launch it, gone. Right, tell you what, we're going to start to move a couple of players up because we're being pegged back a little bit too much. Right, so move Downey up, move Croskery up. Move that line a little bit higher as well. Right, see if we can push on a smidge. Might work, it might not work. Oh, great header. Okay, it hasn't quite worked. It's okay. It's fine. We can do something. It's a hell of a header. You've got to do better there, Lewis. I'm sorry, mate. Straight at you. I think maybe we go 4-4-2 in the second half. Or 4-2-4. Because I think McCavitt's sort of isolated on his own up top in it. They've got three defenders. He's running around on his own. Yeah, he needs a bit of support. McCavitt turns well. Campbell back to McCavitt. Michael McCavitt through to Stephen McCavitt. Of course he's finished it. Of course he has. Whoa, what? That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. Evening, Slab Chan, how are you? Welcome in. Hope you're well. Noticing almost everyone's stream is playing low defensive lines. Is it just trying something different, or is it the new gegenpress? Low block's very much a thing on this new game, so I think people are trying it out. Kieran O'Hare, great finish. People are definitely trying it, and they want to see what it's like. I don't think it's the new gegenpress, but I think that people are definitely seeing if it works, you know, because obviously all this idea of can you get low block football to work, it's never been able to work normally in the last few versions, so if they can get it working now, brilliant. Cult Hours player can't make it work and he works at SI. Yeah, he's also super in-depth knowledgeable as well, isn't he? I think RDF's playing low block. We're sort of playing low block. Low block is definitely situational. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, you can't. The thing is, it's like everything. You can't just play it constantly and expect it to work all the time. You know, the way that the match engine has worked, and we've said it a few times, it is, you've got to react. You have to react, otherwise the game just screws you over. So we're 2-0 down at this point. We've got to come up with something different, because we've played really poorly in that first half. Let's have a look and see what we're thinking. One up, the AI's gone the back and gone 5-5. Yeah, we need another striker on. So Oggy's not playing well. He might be the better player, but he's not playing well. Actually, yeah, they won't do that. Yeah, it's made the live game more experienced. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially as well when you're sort of like, you think about this in terms of PvP, trying to sort of like second guess everybody is what we do anyway, but now having to do it as part of your normal offline save, that's hard. It's hard. And it is difficult. It is a much more difficult game to play. And then again, imagine trying to like sort of concentrate and stream at the same time. And I'm not sort of trying to excuse my own shortcomings here, but it does make it a bit more tricky. Right. I'm worried that Snodden's got a yellow card. Gonna put Anderson on, just in case. Actually, no, I'm not. Good block. Yes, I am, because he's also not playing very well. And Grace also on mental concentration as well. Yeah, and it's also as well thinking that there is times in the game when you just don't have players that are good enough for what you're trying to achieve. You've got to think that as well, you know? There will be times when you've got a tactic and you go, right, this is brilliant, but trying to implement something like that in like 3rd Division of Northern Ireland or whatever, it's just not going to work, is it? You know, I want to play with overlapping centre backs. Do you? Okay, fine, but you haven't got the players for that. Okay, this is nice. This is nice football. Croskery cuts across the pitch. Cassidy, Michael McCavitt, Cassidy, Hamilton plays the ball through for McCavitt. Yes, what a lovely goal! Beautiful team goal that was. Beautiful team goal. That's much better, isn't it? That's much better. What a ball down the channel from Hamilton. McCavitt gets it, takes off the keeper. 2-1. Comebacks on. Yeah, I always say, Steve, mental attributes first and then technicals, because you can always coach technicals. But if you've got the players who've got the right mental attitude and the right mental attributes, then all of a sudden, you know, you can start to get something going. You know, you'd like to see a Premier Manager stream. That would be pretty cool. An actual manager streaming FM23. That'd be great. Just watching them trying to understand what goes on. It'd be good for an level of accuracy. To sort of see like if the process is similar. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, reputation's an issue, isn't it? Even Dan Rees, how are you? There's a couple of professional footballers stream. Obviously, we had Connor Washington was he's a streamer. Well, not a streamer, but like he certainly plays. Adam Lafondra streams. Granted, he is in Australia, so it's difficult to watch his streams, but he definitely does stream. Oh, hang on. Nice defended. You can see Gerrard doing it well. It could, but it wouldn't be very successful, would it? I can tell you that right now. Goalie's coming on for Croskery. He's not, because Croskery's playing well. McCavitt for McMahon. McCavitt for Con. Cowan. What can we have? Can we get anything out of this? Last bit of G'ing up. A couple of minutes to go. Might be better at the game. Yeah, he might be better at the game. He's dreadful at real football, isn't he? Hamilton. Up over the top again. No one's there, though. No, not like this. Not like this. Oh. Terrible. We're pushing up for the equaliser. I guess it's kind of like expected, isn't it, really? push for the equaliser, get hit on the break. That's how it works in this game. After all that. Unbeaten in 3. Now we've lost. McCavitt with a save. There we go. That's it, unfortunately. Lost out. Never mind. We tried. Oh, everyone's pissed off. Oh dear. That's not good. Right, 4 points ahead of the police service. Everyone's happy with Sean Leonard-ish. C+ rating, which is good. I think we call it a night there, and we come back tomorrow, and we try and fix this up a little bit more. Because if we can start to get some stuff going through, use the transfer window, get a couple of players in. We've got Limavady next. Then we've got Dollins Town, so 2 games we need to win. Then, of course, the Ballymacash game is going to be tricky. But yeah, we need 2 victories here. So let's refresh, come back in, and and attack it again tomorrow. We're going to do that. So we're going to go now and hang out with Mr. Owens. Mr. Owens is still streaming, so go and give the man some love. Right, big love to Rich Owens. Of course, you've already dropped him a follow if you have. You wonderful people. Right, take care. Lewis, you're a star. Slack van, appreciate the follow as well. Take it easy, everyone. All the best. We'll see you in the morning. Right, and by the morning I mean tomorrow evening, obviously. Right, up the town.
You don't know Dave Goodwin. Get to know him. Hello, everybody. Evening, Gaffer. Timed but spectacularly. Evening all. How are we?